Okay. Hello, Meow Mix. Hello, Darkened Auras. No, you have to win it. You know how it works. You know how this works. You have to win it. Hello, Kovo. Hello, Phelan. Hello, Ozidunham. Yo, White Bread, you can get your free one. You can get your free one right now for sure. Send me the deck. Send me the deck right now. First time to the stream, how do free roasts work? So the way it's going to work, Fancy Catch Up, is once we are into the free roast portion of the stream, we will be opening a game called Marbles on Stream. This is a glorified pachinko machine. The points are made up. The rules don't matter. We are going to watch the marbles race. If your marble wins, you get your deck roasted right then. You cannot hold it for it's not like a redeem whenever you want. It is a you show us the deck right now or we move on. Tift, thank you for the 8 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. How many are we doing today? Depends on how my jaw does. We also have Irish Webster, who is a makeup roast, who is supposed to be today. And I have no idea what's up with them because they haven't submitted a deck list via the Google form link. And then why Sunday over Saturday for free roast stream? Less time to stay today because work. I felt like it. I could make up a more complicated reason. As with most things, it kind of lined up like that. The most tactical explanation I can give you, Time Kit, is I'm still getting better from being sick. I'm still getting better from cold turkey and caffeine for like a week. And so in my mind, it made more sense to have the paid people go on Saturday and the free people go on Sunday in case Saturday tired me out so badly that I did it badly Sunday. I wanted to make sure that you plebeians got the trash and that the people who had paid for my time got me when I was fresh. The paid deck roasts restock today in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I will be setting them for sale, and I've also made an announcement in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, actually, here, no, I'm gonna stand on this. Something is changing about how the deck roasts work. And I told you in the Discord, and if you're not in the Discord, it's just going to be different and you're not going to know what's happened. And that's how it goes. Hey, thank you, Bortron. I appreciate that. Hello, Luso. Hello, Tempest Buster. And then, this sucks for Europeans since need to go to sleep in max 1 or 2 hours because Monday work. I mean, I am both aware, Time Kit, and like listen, you guys, the Europeans, as they should be, are kind of always getting fucked no matter what I do. I am sympathetic to the fact that you are the person getting fucked now, but whenever I schedule anything, there is always at minimum 3 to 5 people who come into stream and tell me like, hey, did you know this scheduling is actually really bad because it fucks me over because of, and then they insert like a super reasonable thing. As it happens, I cannot broadcast to like 10 hours worth of time zones and have nobody get fucked. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Orin the Jin, this is one of my few days a week to have coffee, so I'm doing pretty good. European and willing to suffer for the first time catching a stream, and I appreciate you, Blue Rio. Are you doing a caffeine cleanse? I'm not doing a cleanse. I am trying to keep my intake here. Let's go to MS Paint. I love MS Paint. MS Paint, become my blade once more. So here's what I'm trying to do with my caffeine intake. Whatever, days. Pretend a full week is in here. And then I'll call this calf. I would say historically, my caffeine intake has been probably, I'll use blue. Probably like a little bit of a roller coaster. I don't have the same amount every day, but we're hovering like every day around 200 milligrams, which is quite a lot. Now, notably, it's also within the FDA guidelines for what is considered like a totally good and healthy amount of caffeine. And I am now on stream going to call the FDA a bunch of bitch-ass liars, because the 5 days in which I then did not get caffeine, I could not speak in complete sentences. I was paranoid. I was depressed. I was breaking into sweats every single day. I could not sleep for longer than 45 minutes at a time. Perhaps I am a hyper responder, but I am here to tell you, take your fucking caffeine intake down right now. There are studies out there that are attempting to support some of you miscreants having 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine every single day and just not thinking anything of it. And something rotten is happening in Denmark, and Denmark is your fucking atrial valve. So fucking stop that. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to go boop. Not even this high. I drew this too high even. Hold on. Let's get this the fuck out of here. I'm a real streamer role model now. Is going boop. Boop. And that's it. And I want this trend line to be like, I'm not gonna do like milligrams of caffeine, but I'm gonna say I want my baseline to be, I have had a cup of green tea. And that's it. And then 2 days a week. And genuinely, it's probably going to be on the deck roast days. Like, I think it behooves me to be the most chipper on days when I'm doing the longer streams. What is Death Lemonade? What the fuck, Spellbreaker? What did you just recommend to me, bro? So 2 days a week, I'm going to let myself have a cup of coffee. I'm going to try just not doing energy drinks, period. And then the rest of the time, I'm going to go to green tea. And we're just going to see how that goes. Gatorade plus milk fucks heavy. Quit rage baiting in my chat, MLP. We're fucking 10 minutes in. Oh, we're late to set the roast live. Hold on. Clone, yes, create copy. I can't wait for all you people. Can't wait for all you people to be fucking bodily confused. Okay, that's fixed. Yeah, great. Save and publish. Yeah, great. Save and publish. And then we go back to commissions. We clone that. We do Sunday. Great. Save and publish. All right, the deck roasts are now live. Oh, the Panera lemonade that kills you. It was unlabeled as having caffeine, and someone drank a bunch when they shouldn't have. Yeah, like, because I think the most telling thing about the humanity's relationship with caffeine is whenever you tell somebody, hey, you should consider having less caffeine, they're like, yeah, but then I'd fall asleep at my fucking graveyard shift at my third job and then get kicked out of my apartment. Is that what you want from me? You want me to die, you stupid fucking rat? And then they like crack the middle of a Red Bull and shotgun it. Why would a lemonade have caffeine? Voice of madness, because it's for shift workers. It's for shift workers who need to be hooked on stimulants to operate under capitalism. Riley Prescott, I can review Brawl decks, yes. Morning, Wolf Slays. My coworker would shotgun 2 Red Bulls a shift. I mean, so here's the thing. If they were tiny Red Bulls, Red Bull actually used to be fucking reasonable. Let's talk for a moment about the absolute hellscape that we exist in when it comes to energy drinks. Don't save this. Let's see. I think we just need, oh no. I'll do another bar graph. So we'll do like Red Bull, we'll do Rain. I need a stylus. How does Pirate Software do this? Bro is lying. Bro is lying. And then we'll say like C4. Alaire and the deck roasts are live. Ko-Fi commissions sometime. They don't always show globally the moment I set them live. Let me double check they're live. I mean, listen, dog, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. Oh, the Sunday. So the one for this coming Sunday, which is next Sunday, not right now, are sold out, and there's 2 left for Wednesday. Hearthhole. I've been taking 2 to 3 cans of the White Monster daily for years now. Danny, you gotta stop. Danny, that's not good for you. I promise you, Danny. Danny, I swear to you, that is like 360 milligrams of caffeine every day. But anyway, so Red Bull has, at the low end, like 80 milligrams. But these are the tiny cans. These are not the big God damn it. I'm so angry about this. The tiny Red Bulls are 80 milligrams. They also sell bigger cans that are like, I can't remember if these are 120 or 140. I'm going to err on the side of high, but they sell bigger cans that are like twice as much. And then, right, 300 per day is the FDA like max recommended, but the thing is your caffeine sensitivity is so incredibly, it is incredibly individualistic, both how you respond to it and how quickly you metabolize it. Hold on. Hold on, we got a pack army hitch up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Goat, but you did this. Have you thought about, perhaps, my glorious King Maldhound, have you thought about perhaps doing the roast purchases weekly every Sunday instead of the first Sunday monthly? Let me make sure this is, hold on. At everybody, starting today, deck roasts are going to be sold on a weekly basis rather than monthly. The only consistent thing about my schedule is that it has been inconsistent, so pre-selling them weeks in advance is not having a positive impact on reliability, and in some cases is confusing customers. I will sell slots for this week at noon today, and continue to do so every Sunday at noon PST. God damn, Army Hitch, enjoy that ban, Goat. Enjoy that ban, get thee hence. Holy shit. The disrespect in my own Twitch stream. So you did think about it. Yes, I did, Jace's cat. I did think about it. Who pinged me? Spellbreaker's banned right now? Oh shit. What's Spellbreaker's username? Oh shit. It's not Spellbreaker. Hold on. I think it's Spellbreaker Unbound. Ah, they're not current. Oh god. Okay, we'll find them. Hold on. Manual ad break. Laser beams. Laser beams. Laser beams. We're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. My fault. My fault. And I oop. And I oop. Spellbreaker, I was wondering why you were on YouTube. I was like, that's so weird. Normally they're on Twitch. There's been a few people who get comedy banned and remain banned for like weeks. Tempest, yes, the decks can include spoiled cards. So, other upside of deck roasts being sold weekly is you now have more opportunities. This is now not, oh my god, I missed it for the month. I wait a whole month. Now it is every week, and they're always going to go live on a they're always going to be sold on a day that I'm streaming. So you will also begin getting a go live message from me that will say like deck roast up, and then you can try to pick one up every week. Are these all sold out now? All right, we're so Nani the fuck, Ko-Fi. We again broke Ko-Fi, and we have sold more than I told them to sell. Tremendous. Thank you all very much. I do love money. I appreciate that greatly. I appreciate that bodily. But anyway, guys, we gotta drink less caffeine. I'm being 100% with you right now. I'm keeping it 100 with you. This is the one day this week I'm having coffee. I think this coming week it's only going to be Wednesday and Sunday. How many did you need to sell? I told it to sell 4. It sold 5 because I think like 2 people were probably in the checkout flow at the exact same time. The best argument I heard for changing my caffeine intake is at the point you are having, the previous graph is gone, but at the point where you are having, I mean, you shouldn't feel severe about never drinking caffeine, period. You're just leaving drugs on the table, which is narc behavior, to be frank. But at the point you are having like 200 milligrams every single day, it's no longer even doing anything. At that point, right, we're doing it for maintenance. And that's a fucking killer. That's awful. That is worthless. You don't want to be drinking the go-go juice to feel normal. You want to be drinking it to get amped up, to get crazy, to blame it on somebody else when you stand on the table and flick your nipples Yaya style. I'm pretty sure you can blame that on a double shot mocha. At least I have. But at the point, if you are somebody who every day is having triple-digit milligrams of caffeine is more than 1 cup of coffee a day or 1 energy drink every day, I would highly recommend paring back your intake. I have 2 Dr. Peppers a day. I think you're good, Mormon. What are you, fucking Amish? I don't know why that struck me so, but in a conversation about like, you guys gotta stop shotgunning Rain Energies, Sultai player being like, I'm having multiple Diet Cokes. Am I gonna die? Are they gonna get me, boss? I had 3 Diet Cokes yesterday. Am I okay? Doesn't caffeine cause hair loss? How about you shut the fuck up? Sparkling water, no flavoring, all day. You are a madman. Those are the ravings of a lunatic. Banana, no, you're good. The reason I sell 4 is because 4 is my, like... Also, my girlfriend is here. Everyone say hi to my girlfriend's main character. The babies are yelling. Oh, they're not. There's no kittens. There's no kittens at this door. There's only loneliness and broken promises. There is not a single kitten at this door. Raw Turtle, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Welcome back to the dog park. Hellcat, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 7 months in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. I love you all. Scammed as fuck. That's right, you bring me my babies. That's right, you bring me my babies. I've named this one Nico, chat. Say hi. Say hi to Nico. Say hi to the people. Yes,
Briar's
tell them.
jumping.
Tell them your thoughts.
Briar's like, why isn't Dad holding me?
Come here, Briar.
Briar.
This one's Briar. Ah, she's very angry. Ah. No, that's kitten. That's coffee for Papa. That's coffee for Papa, you rats. Yeah.
This is a safe haven.
I just got a white I just got a white monster to check it out. It says it has 150 milligrams of caffeine. Is that a lot compared to a cup of regular coffee? A cup of regular coffee is like 80 to 90 milligrams. So it's like 1.6, 1.7. It's not quite double, but it is almost double. This, for instance, this thing is like it's like a draft latte type deal. This is 120. So this is even like a fair amount of strong coffee. Who's your little baby? Yeah. Do you love your papa? Thank you for the personal question. Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, Kashmira, thank you for the 7 stream streak. 7 evenings in a row of writing fanfic and watching Mauled. Have we gotten to the sex scene yet, Kashmira? And Poison, thank you for the 20 stream streak. That's the king of not getting notifications right there. And Gilmain, thank you for the 5. Ozadunham, tapped out is acceptable. I will be copy-pasting your deck into Moxfield. How can you tell your kittens apart? I know there's always the whole collar thing, but I'm assuming there's something else you and Z can see that sets them apart. Right now, it would be like behavior. We still have little colored collars on them. They don't look super different, but they act different. Doodles, I hate to break it to you. Briar is named Briar because of League of Legends, not Skullbriar from World of Warcraft. Not because of those hobbit grippers. How... Literally, how dare you? Oh! Jumping with claws. Jumping with claws, little lady. Hey boss, it was my birthday during the custom card stream, and as you might imagine, I was a little busy that day. Any chance I can get you to look at a card quickly during pre-stream? I'm gonna say we're already into main event, so not today. You can try me again on a day when we're doing like drafting or something, because today, yeah, did you sneeze like a little baby? Today we're looking for one. We're looking for one Irish Webster, even though there's still a custom thing on Ko-Fi. Yeah, you think there is? Ah, ah, ah! Right on my leg. Yeah, you think there is? You little liar. You little goddamn idiot liar. I'm a Jane. They're not necessarily at the like scratching everything, but I have let them climb on me a number of times, much to my detriment. That's my water, thank you. That's my water, you little bingus. Slight Coyote, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. Finally checked my YouTube and Twitch recaps. Here's your reward for being my second most viewed channel on both platforms. That's crazy. I'm not gonna freak out. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. Who's number one? Ow. I won't be mad. Z? That would be sick. I doubt it. Because they don't post. I'm getting them to. They will. They will be your number one this coming year. 3-3 elk number one, calling it. If it's 3-3 elk, I gotta start just posting 8-minute bullshit yap sessions. YouTube number one is Jorge Rivera Herons. Twitch is Bat at Video Games. Well, I don't know who either of those people are. I am incensed. You were also my number two. What the fuck, guys? Your channel is third on my list with MTG Goldfish being number one. Okay, we gotta make a change. We gotta make a fucking change. This is bullshit. This is fucked up. This is fucked up and terrible. My number one was skilled. Oh my god. Oh lord. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I know I said I wouldn't be angry, but I'm deeply angry. I'm so angry. You're number three? Sorry? Oh, Lord. You guys don't have to apologize. I have to apologize. I'm obviously not flicking my nipples yaya style enough. You promise you wouldn't be mad? I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. MTG Goldfish posts one video every day to you. That's kind of what I was... Listen, guys. Listen. Respect to my guy, right? I want to say... Before I say what I'm about to say... I need you all to know. It's all love. I say this with love in my heart, and I'm glad for what he's doing. I am glad my brother is getting the bag. I am happy for him. I just want to lead with that. I saw this video and I just held my head in my hands and went, man, I gotta start posting bullshit. Man, I gotta start posting stupid dog shit. I gotta start. You can actually just say fucking words. Jesus God. Jesus God. Banano, it'll basically be first come, first served on the day until everybody's done. Quip says, go, what happened to my horns? What do you have against quips? So remember the part where I said it's all love? That's what I mean, is the, For some reason, I have removed this barrier I've removed this barrier in my head when it comes to short form content, but for some reason, when it comes to making Kitten, get off the keyboard. Get off the keyboard right now. Thank you. When it comes to making long form content, there's still some like ghost in my head that's kicking around, being like, oh, this has to matter. This has to like be important. This has to provide something like valuable to the people watching it. And then Quips just like rocks up with these like stone cold unplayable decks. Stone cold unplayable decks, talks about them for 8 minutes and is just like, yup, $20. Isn't that amazing? Like, I can go get a bucket of river water for $5. And I'm pretty sure that Lenny is robbing me a little bit on that trade. So it is not that I have anything against Quips. It is that I see Quips post and I'm like, oh, I should, hey, get away from the wires. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No baby. No baby on the wires. I see Quips post that stuff and I'm like, man, you can just post. You can just post. But I need to find the like I need to find my version of the Quips thing that I actually care about. Because the thing that prevents me from, because there's a million decks like this you can make that just fully don't work, and you make them so that you can make a YouTube video about them. But I just can't summon the willpower to give a shit. Because the only thing I care about for Magic is like, how do I get something that will function and will create funny situations because of the function, but aren't like straight up combo decks or something. And Quips is just like, did you know this word sounds like butts? Skee ball. I mean, there's all the cards, sounds like sex terms. There's... So maybe I just gotta post like one thing every day. If it helps you with the stream or YouTube channel, I recommend the most. That does help. Kittens, no chewing on wires. Come here.
If you chew on wires, you get put in the bed.
Prior, if you...
What do you have? No. Hey, little lady. It's not appropriate.
It is both, Doodles. Can we get kitten redeems where you put the kitties on screen for a sec? I think I will add those later. Right now, we will just be getting those regardless of what we do. Boss, I played bracket 2 Azula Spellslinger last night against bracket 3 and 4 decks and consistently killed 2 people per game. Should I make stronger? I mean, you can make it stronger if you want, but that just sounds like the Spellslinger you built was buff. Like, you built Testosterone Slinger. You built Drug Storm. And so if you're building for Voltron Kill Azula, you're basically always going to kill 1 or 2 people per game, no matter what. No matter... Ah! You little rat. You don't join the raffle on the Ko-Fi page, Wasp. We're going to join it here. I got leg climbed. Right there. Spellbreaker. Oh, there's an underscore after. Okay. Spellbreaker unbound underscore. Thunder Tempest, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. I'm all with my YouTube, Raft, Rewind, whatever. Said I was in the top 0.01 of your viewers. Should I get professional help? Yes, and that professional help is buying more Decros from me. I promise you, the next one will heal you. I swear to you. I swear to you, it will make it better. The voices in your head, they'll go away. You don't need to lift weights. You don't need that medication. You just need an 18th deck review from Malldown. Terrence93, thank you for the 11 months at Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. Hey, yo, I ain't got money like that, but happy to view and lurk. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Is Irish Webster here? Am I a fucking crazy person? Or is this person that has been, like, haunting... What on earth is going... Hey, but I missed it again because kid stuff. No. Okay, we're good. We're going to do the raffle. We're doing the raffle. Missed my chance at a deck review. I'll just keep going over my top landfall deck to make it extra fun for you next time. They're now weekly. They are now weekly, so it'll be easier to get them. Maud, you're number 4 on Rewind for YouTube because you don't upload enough. That's so... Yeah, I guess I need to figure out something I can put on, some type of long form I can do on YouTube that will make me want to shoot myself. All right, gamble time. We do Castle Siege. If you've not done this before, yeah, of course, Disregarded Rambles. Listen, I'll take your money no matter what it's for. You can buy a deck roast hoping to get feet picks. You won't get them, but I'll still take the money. Plebeian Noob, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So the way this works, you have to be watching on Twitch for this part. If you're on YouTube, you can open a second browser. You can pop over to Twitch for a minute. You don't have to be subbed. You don't have to be following. You don't have to have channel points. You just have to be in chat and type !play. And if you do that, you will be entered into this race. I'm going to start a 2-minute countdown, at the end of which your marbles are going to race down this extremely long track and nothing bad is going to happen to them. I want to make sure we're clear on that. Nothing untoward is going to happen to your marbles on this track. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, little poop? It's all going to be fine. None of you will die. Whoever wins, we're roasting that. We're looking at their deck right now. Right now. Will you fucking... I hate this taskbar. All right, 2-minute countdown is now going. You have 2 minutes from now to enter the deck roast. There's a kitten on my shoulder. I am so happy. Whoever gets their deck roasted first is probably going to have me in a very, very good mood. Trust in the balls. Spellbreaker, you've been unbound. You've been unbanned. I hit the unban, I swear to God. Oh, never mind. I just did. You typed their name in chat. Well, I did my fucking best, all right? Can we not do that? I'm doing my fucking best, okay? Hi, little lady. Who's this sweet lady? Now ban them again. That would be really funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. The comedic potential was just too good. It was just too good. Now forget it again. True. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. If my deck is unfinished, will you still roast and help me finish it? Yes. The most important part of submitting a deck, whether it is free or paid, is you just have to have a vision in mind, or you have to be open to talking about an artistic vision for the deck, right? We're off to the races now, but I'm not very much up on like, oh, you need, like, every deck needs this one individual card. Oh, you're missing like these white staples, these blue staples. Like, I want to know what special little thing you like about Magic, and why. Wow, half the lobby dead now. Amazing. City Boy, you post into your Malltown if you win. Gorilla Azul, far and away the lead nutsack right now. Harval and Vluran are coming up quickly behind him. Looks like Harval has just taken him over. Slow and Steady does win the race. Maybe not when they are getting boofed by explosives, but perhaps. What if the thing I like is mono green ramp? Then I ban you. Z, there is not a way to check what position you are in. There is a top 10 leaderboard to let you know if you are in the top 10. Otherwise, you can pay attention to the right to see if you've died. Have you considered adding more/new channel point rewards? Now that customs aren't tied to huge sums of points and raffles aren't tied to points, there's not much for people that have redeemed the Discord role to do. I have considered it, but it is a lower priority than coming up with more interesting videos, so it has not gotten a lot of brain power. Spellbreaker, thank you for the 9 months with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. I'm glad you enjoyed the bit. Ultra Nonsense 69. Currently our champion. Ultra Nonsense 69. Followed closely by Jace's cat. I believe in you, Ultra Nonsense. I believe in you and your anime boy PFP. Never mind, it's high tides. With an even twinkier PFP. Amazing. It's Blue Rio. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home. Disregarded Rambles. Are you taking suggestions for video ideas anywhere? I'll make a channel for it, but if you have a hot one, just drop it now and we can talk about it. Oh shit, Cave Smasher just snuck in. I didn't even fucking see them. Alright, Cave Smasher is the winner, followed closely by Lord Xavier. So Cave Smasher, drop your deck in Deer Malltown of the... Oh, you got knocked out. Never mind, it doesn't count now. That's too bad. That's too fucking bad. I'm kidding. That's not how it works. You did win. Post your Discord... Fucking nope. Post your deck either in Discord or in this Twitch chat if you don't want to join the Discord. The Discord is going to be your source for literally like every update surrounding stream and the content that I'm making and events that I'm going to, Don't know if it was discussed, but I'm rather new to MTG, maybe 2 years playing, and I would really love if you did videos of, instead of playing this card, consider this blank type beat. It helps me learn about different cards that might be less costly than some staples. I could see my way to something like that. I think here's my concern with that. I really do not want to do like MTG Goldfish game nights, nitpicking nerds flavor of content. I got trained as a chemical engineer. I was a STEM kid my entire life. And so when I look at that type of like, ooh, here's a like good frisky budget ad for your deck rather than this powerful staple, I worry about losing my whimsy in pursuit of just non-stop chasing down the next like hot card. I do think there is an angle. To what you're talking about. Let me paint a word picture for you, and you can tell me, and we can have a little back and forth on if this sings for you. Because an opinion I feel very, very strongly about is I think you got to stop playing this card. Now, I realize this card isn't particularly expensive, but whenever I look at removal sections of the decks people send in, I see Swords to Plowshares, I see Stroke of Midnight, I see Beast Within, and then I see a fucking dream. Aspirations, hopes that nothing else bad happens. And so, an opinion I do feel quite strongly about is I think that a lot of the dislike towards having to run a responsible amount of removal just comes from not playing funny enough removal. And so I've been rolling around making a video about like, here's why you should play Hex. Here's why you should play Aether Gale. Here's why you should play, Volcanic Visions. Like all of these bigger spells that would mandate that you tap out, which people normally think is like anathema, but would be like, what if you tapped out to remove something, but you removed like 4 things and it was fucking hilarious? What about removal for the early turns mauled? I think if you're removing on an early turn below bracket 4, you're probably making a mistake. I think that's probably also one of my hot takes. As somebody who loves being a tempo player and loves being like a little dipshit control player, if at any point in the first 3 turns against a deck that cannot combo off, you go, oh boy, I need to Swords to Plowshares this, you have made an error. I firmly believe that. Because the problem is that every deck has way too much support. You should always shoot mana dorks at every opportunity you get. You should. Sometimes it's the wrong decision, you should still do it though. I think Fiery Confluence could be said as a more fun option. But the main issue is that the support pieces for basically every deck are so good now that if you give up tempo in the early turns just to remove something, you're not going to slow people down very much, and you are going to slow yourself down because you didn't tap out to advance your own game plan. Like there's just too many moderate value pieces.
Hi, baby. Oh, thank you for jumping on the chair and not my leg.
Like there's a couple things that are like, oh, this holds to get, like if somebody in your face goes Llanowar Elves Chatterfang, yeah, sure, you fucking got me. You've identified the exemption to the rule. But if you're playing against a mid-range pile type strategy and they go, let me think of what a typical one would be. Yeah. Here's one for you.
Hi, who's your baby?
If on turn 2, the second rotation around the table, somebody plays Blood Artist and you Swords to Plowshares it, you have fucked up. If on turn 2 somebody plays like if you watch the Aristocrats deck play like Grim Haru specs, and you're like, oh shit, I held mana just for this situation, you fucked up. Not because they aren't worth removing, but because there are so many high-value synergy pieces that they're probably just going to play another one, and all you've done is sacrifice your own tempo to achieve nothing. You know what's really good blood artist removal? Whips out my Buster Sword. That's what I'm saying. That's why I love Buster Swords so much. That's why I love combat pressure as removal. Because there's a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit that deserves to be removed. But when you give up so much of your own tempo for it, you just ruin your own plan. Yeah, Soul Ring's an exception. Soul Ring is like the most powerful legal card in the game. Yeah, you can blow early removal on that. Yeah, you can blow early. Yeah, you can blow early removal on the most powerful legal card we have. I'm also new to MTG, started in May, and you've helped a great deal in finding out how to analyze if a card is good or not. Factors I hadn't considered, didn't know to consider. Maybe videos like that. I could think about that, yeah. What are your thoughts on Decimate or removal that has hurdles? I think it's fine. I think the issue with this is it's typically rare that all of these are super high value. Yes, we did, Kaiser. Like Decimate, even if you can find 4 targets, you probably are not finding 4 targets that you care about the same amount. You've likely identified 1 good artifact and 1 good creature, and then there's just an enchantment, and then whoever has the most lands, you shoot a land. And that's how you run it. My philosophy for removal is to remove something from everyone since I'm giving up tempo. Decimate and Grasp of Fate are my go-to faves now. Yeah, that's very much how I feel about a Dancing Pineapple. If I am going to spend mana, if I'm either going to not tap out on my turn to advance my board state, to hold up mana for interaction, or I'm going to tap out at sorcery speed to remove something, I need to solve multiple problems. It is just broadly no longer good enough in today's Magic the Gathering to be like, oh yeah, I'll hit one thing for in a relatively mana efficient way. And then I think I totally missed the winner's deck. Hold on. Who was it? Cave Smasher? Did they? Yep, there it is. Hold on. Cave Smasher, I'm going back in the archives for you. There it is. Blue Fire Burns Hotter. A bracket 1 Quips and Guac special, apparently. So this is a mono blue burn deck. How do you even... Okay, pre-game exercise. I'm gonna try to think of one card that burns in mono blue. You could do like, there's Smothering Rug, which is life loss and is colorless. You could do like a lot of artifact stuff. Oh yeah, the first Prodigal Sorcerer, oh god, if I swear to fuck, Cave Smasher, this is an infinite untapped Tim combo, I'm gonna come for you. Okay, Commander, Rebecca deals 2 damage to creature or player and does not untap. You exert this bitch to deal 2 damage 1 time. Burn them to the ground. Backfire deals 1 damage to somebody's controller for each 1 damage dealt to you by that creature. That's kind of hot. Oh, and it's an enchantment. So you can put this on the dinosaur and you say, hey, good luck, man. I like that. Mind Bomb deals 3 damage to each player. All players may discard up to 3 cards. Each card a player discards prevents 1 damage. Psychic Purge does 1 damage to any target. If a spell cast by opponent or a permanent under opponent's control causes you to discard this card, an opponent loses 5 life. Creature Bond. If target creature is placed in the graveyard, Creature Bond is an amount of damage equal to creature's toughness to that creature's controller. Okay, so Arcades players, fucked. We've officially identified the counterplay to Wall of Ba Sing Se. We have a combo cooking. So all we have to do is play Wall of Ba Sing Se, give it to our opponent, enchant it with this, kill it, and then we have one player a little bit dead. Target enchantment. Enchantment. Target enchantment costs 2 extra mana during the upkeep phase of each of its controller's turns. If they cannot or will not pay this mana, it does 1 damage to them for each unpaid. 2 on upkeep. Holy fuck. Whenever enchanted land is tapped, Psychic Venom deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Okay. That's something. Mana burner. We can cook with this. Fuck. Stove's off again. 2 mana tapped. Stinging Lizard becomes a creature enchantment that reads, whenever enchanted creature becomes tapped, Stinging Lizard deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Move Stinging Lizard onto target creature. Okay. Okay. Brazen Coalition Games, thank you for the raid. We are watching one of the decks of all time. Suffocation. Play only when a red sorcery or instant deals damage to you. Deal 4 damage to whoever cast it. What the fuck does Psionic Blast do? Is this just the expression of you trying to play this deck? Is this just a fucking candid camera? Wow. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Soul Barrier. Whenever target opponent casts a summon spell, Soul Barrier deals 2 damage to him or her. That player may pay 2 to prevent this damage. Whenever a source you control other than Talon of Pain deals damage to an opponent, put a charge counter on Talon of Pain. X tap, remove X charge counters, deal X to any target. Okay, that one almost has potential. Fire at will. We're fucking intruder alarming. We've got the fucking rogues gallery of useless Batman villain, and then we're intruder alarm comboing. We have freed from the real. Why are we untapping Horseshoe Crab? I don't like that we're doing that. I don't like that we have a horse. I don't like that I see a crab in here. We enchant it to be a Tim. Oh, potentially, yeah. Fortification. Please no. Please no. Honorary members. Okay, so we are making the Horseshoe Crab a Tim. Got Marvin. Psionic Gift. Military funding. What military? Venezuela? What fucking military, dog? Your local JROTC club? Explain me why we have fucking... Soul Ring, 3 2-mana rocks, and then a fucking Commander Sphere. Restocking the Quiver. Okay, this would be quite good. This would be quite good. That's not true. You have not just shown me a 6-mana Planeswalker with a +1 ability to draw a card and put it in your fucking card draw section. I need it. Cave, explain yourself. It untapped? That's true.
That's so technically true. Yeah, I'll have a 6-mana draw 1. I'll have no. Hold on, sorry. You might not be ready for what I'm cooking.
Is this the Quipsing Guac voice? Hold on. I can't do. Hold on.
Football's got steroids.
What is that voice, brother?
I'm not just drawing a card. I'm also untapping all my creatures for 6 entire damage.
I'll kill you, bro. You got to do something real. This has to be pulling triple duty on what if I spent 6 mana to draw 1 card, or what if I spent 6 mana to deal 6 burn damage with my collection of crabs, or what if I rage baited you into please punching something that wasn't my face because of this ultimate. Good, thank God we have a good card. Special arrows. Alright, Sigil of Sleep is actually heat. Beguiler of Wills is probably terrible in this deck, but Willbreaker is probably super hot, so they average out. Charisma's fucking perfect. So's Corrupted Conscience. I love stealing. I love taking things. Or I guess if you got your untap loop set up, you could just bang bang. Cowardice. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, return that creature to its owner's hand. And then you're the devil. The archers and wizards and other slingers. I feel like this is actually the evilest bracket 1 deck ever. I feel like you gotta join us in the twos. Because this almost plays Magic. See here, no, Badgers. This is the bracket 1 deck of all time. This is the oh fuck the deck is real. Oh fuck the deck is real, we hate Jacob. And the deck has these two things in equal measure. They're about to be back to back in like, what if I played the worst 1 mana enchantment you have ever seen? And then also, what if I controlled your commander for the game? I made a primer. Is it just the flavor of glue you like the most? Is it a picture of you drooling? Yeah, experiment to break the color pie. I believe this deck to be bracket 1 despite existing infinites. Yeah, this all makes sense. I just typically steer away from judging where decks want to be based on how bad they are at winning or how bad their current version is at winning. I'm normally worried about mouthfeel. And so when it comes to like this hand's pretty fine. What I worry the most about is like variance. Because if you get charisma on board, bracket 1 tables typically extremely low interaction, right? Bracket 1 players, they're not running removal. They have to show you another card that sounds like it could play for the Philadelphia Tigers or whatever fucking sports team they like the most. And so what I worry the most about is the game in which you go turn 1 Soul Ring into turn 1 Soul Ring into turn 2 like Tim into Turn 3 Will Breaker. That's probably the most horrific thing that could happen. So my worry is that the way you become relevant is not just the infinite. Like if it was merely a proactive way that you became highly relevant, I would be like, for sure, yes, this is a bracket 1 deck. You just tell people that if you get the perfect confluence of tappy, untappy shenanigans, you go infinite and then you win. So that is not what worries me. What worries me is that we have a secondary thing that I think is actually more likely, where we play a pretty fucked up and good control piece. Like a relatively, like if we hit any mana rock ramp into dismiss into dream, our deck is now like nobody plays creatures but me. Because notably you picked a theme that forced you to play bad cards, but you still picked a theme that was about winning a game of Magic the Gathering. Your theme was burn. You were like, it's funny because it's a theme that my color is terrible at doing. I can't do it well. But if we liken it to a game of football, it's based that you're murdering Llanowar elves, which is also part of why I want you in bracket 2. I want to inflict you on green players. I want really, I just want to make you a certified dog kicker. I want to make you a certified dog murderer. Because if we liken it to a game of football, your deck's plan is very, I want to score touchdowns, but I never want to pass the ball. My school is a bunch of lanky nerds, and I'm going to make us only run the ball. Which is bad, right? That's a objectively bad strategy, forces you to do things you generally wouldn't want to do, and you're going to do it less effectively than everybody else. But you are still, like, running for the goal. A lot of bracket 1 decks are like, they're just laying on the grass because it feels good. He's the Chicago Bears. I have no idea how accurate that comparison is, but I will accept it. Yes, you are the Chicago Bears of Magic the Gathering. So I'm trying to think what would help soup this up to be bracket 2, because I do think we have to keep a lot of these things. Like I think Psychic Venom, if it's just tappy, untappy, we lose a little bit of the gimmick. I think a really important part of the gimmick is you casting Backfire with a straight face. I feel like Turnabout is probably on the weekend. Only because this is a, like, one-time only effect. So Turnabout feels on the weekend. Jace fucking sucks. I'm gonna be so real with you. I think we also need all of these guys. So what does our curve look like? Our curve's relatively low. We might be able to get by. We might be able to get by going even further down on lands, and if you had like a couple good draw pieces. Jace plays double duty of untapping and drawing a card. I'm gonna fucking choke. What if I spent 2 mana and got more cards than Jace was gonna get me all fucking game? What if I spent 4 mana and I got 2 of the best cards out of my 6 mana draw, bro? You want 6 mana draw? Dog, here you go. I'm tired of this double duty shit. I'm tired of hearing about double duty. Stop fucking up your shift at Taco Bell and then heading into the fucking PetSmart and fucking up your shift there. Pick a job. I don't think we need more Infect. I think more Infect takes away from what this deck is trying to do, because we're trying to play off roll. We're trying to play off our typical role. And if we just go infect, we are subverting what we're going for. We could Spirit Water Revival. I doubt our board gets that wide. Hold on. Let me go to a playtest and see how it goes. So we have one land, so we're not keeping this one. Okay, we have 2 lands. We have an ability thing to copy. I did see that you chose the draw pieces to trigger off of effect damage. Is that, in your mind, an important part of the deck's gimmick? We have this. We're not going to backfire a fucking Llanowar elf. Not exactly, but I thought it was flavorful and funny. Okay, that is true. Oh god, fucking power leak. Jesus. I guess bracers? I get my first Tim down. I get this bitch down. I deal 1 damage to something. Me when I reduce costs. I deal 3 damage to something. I can deal 5 damage even. How do we marry this? Because here's what I'm worried about. Even in this playtest, we haven't done the crazy thing, but I can't help but notice a different problem. Yeah, Craxiness is pointing it out pretty well. Even though we're doing something slow and bad, we're doing board control pretty fucking well for bracket 1. By turn 5, we had 5 direct damage to throw around. That kills most creatures in Magic the Gathering. Like, I know we all talk about, like, oh, I'm indestructible Justin. I have an unkillable Voltron commander who's also immune to being exiled. But, like, especially at bracket 1, most people are playing dog shit. And so you can go face, but I think it would quickly become... So I do think even just 5 turns into this playtest, we have to commit to bracket 2 somehow, because we're too good at shooting everybody else's... Like, what'd you bring for show and tell, Johnny? I brought a gun to shoot everything you brought to show and tell. Because then we go, like, Patriarch's Seal... And so we can untap this another time. So we're up to 7 damage. If we equip the bracers, you know, it gets even more out of hand. And now we're doing something that we can begin threatening life totals, but we're still on this, oh man, did you play a creature? Don't bring that motherfucker to school tomorrow. Hell yeah, Viridian Longbow. So if we... Let me pitch you something. Because you are a maniac, and I do love it. I love the energy here. I think there is a bracket 1 version of this deck, but I think the bracket 1 version of this deck is based entirely around, like, Psychic Venom and ways to clone it. Like, I think the bracket 1 version of this deck actually gives up on Tims, or it gives up on every Tim that is not your commander. And I think that's the only way Because I like the idea of, oh, mono blue does burn, but I think the only way mono blue can do burn in bracket 1 is we have to narrow it down to sources that cannot deal damage to creatures, because once we can deal damage to creatures, if we make the deck at all playable, we become the devil from the Bible. We become the mono blue boogeyman who was like, I sat down to play bracket 1 and all he did was remove my creatures all game. And then everybody goes like, oh, little Jimmy, that didn't actually happen. I'm sure it just felt like that. It's like, no, I recorded it. And then they show you the footage and you get picked up by the cops the next day. There's also a bunch of Psychic Venom type cards that target exclusively red cards. Okay, so maybe... Okay, rules lawyer. Rules lawyer time. If I cast Realm Sketching on Psychic Venom, is it on the same land, or do I get to pick a different land for it to be on? You choose something. Okay. So yeah, let's look at Orvar. Ooh, that's true. Go-Go is also... Yeah, so if we do these with abilities, we hold a bunch of open mana and we copy Psychic Venom's trigger like 10 times. That's a little funny. That's a little bit funny. I don't know if that will be at all effective. Yeah. We could also, if we want to use the cards that hate red, there is both Painter's Servant, and there's also a lot of other like one-off cards. Also, Quantum Milkshake, thank you so much for the 7-stream streak. I appreciate you coming to the dog park today. Okay, this is instant or sorcery, so... Okay. So I think these are the two paths. And you can tell me if either of these appeal to you at all, Cave Smasher. What I would recommend is you take things like Soul Barrier, Psychic Venom, Stinging Lizard, Backfire, Power Leak. You take the permanent based ways, and you go Orvar, and then instead of all the Tims, which are going to get you into creature control territory, you take Orvar, and then you take a bunch of like one-off copy spells. So there's like Realm Sketching, there's Flash Photography, and you still end up doing kind of like life total control, but it becomes more like group slug burn, which is probably closer to the flavor of burn you want to go towards. And then you just go like, okay, if you tap mana or do anything or hit me, you take 40 damage. The other direction you can go is Go-Go, and then I think you still have to run like the Psychic Venoms of the world, but then you probably run a shitload of ramp, and you just hold up a bunch of mana, and the moment anybody takes any damage, you you blow them to hell. I really want to recommend Psychic Allergy because this is probably the only deck the card can go in, but I still don't know if it's good enough here. Choose a color. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, this enchantment deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of non-token permanents of the chosen color they control. At the beginning of your upkeep, destroy this enchantment unless you sacrifice 2 islands. Oh, they really had me in the first half. Yeah, no, the two islands is so impossible. Is there a way to skip our own upkeep? Yeah, this last line is fucking crushing. That last line is crushingly bad. Uh I mean we could counter the upkeep trigger, yeah. Yeah, I think this one is a little bit too deep in the sauce. I think the place we are left is if we want to have a version with Tim's, it probably has to be played in bracket 2 because we're just too good at school shootings. You were the number one ranked school shooter at every bracket 1 table you find yourself at, Cave Smasher. Even though the idea is beautiful. The idea is beautiful and I want it to live. You are just bullying the fuck out of these children. Yeah, for this specific one, okay. Then I think Talon of Pain should go because it's colorless. So this was already, we're not, we're no longer doing mono blue burn, we're doing colorless burn. So I think this one can be dropped without feeling too much pain to the gimmick. I think Horseshoe Crab is our next weakest thing because for Horseshoe Crab to do anything to our burn strategy, we have to get another piece onto the Horseshoe Crab to begin with versus any of these other untappers just work with our commander and then it's good. Propaganda and Aetherize are definitely going to be necessary at bracket 2 because everybody's going to want your fucking dick and balls. Of these, I would say Hermetic Study and Psionic Gift are the most cuttable because they are enchantments that will go away if you get hit in a board wipe. Because if we're trying to manage this for bracket 2, we need to manage like downside risk. And so I don't think that these are as core to the bit as like the Tims are, or as core to the bit as fucking Psychic Venom is. And if we enchant something with this and then they die, we're out this enchantment for the entire fucking game, and we let ourselves get 2 for 1 for no reason. So that's maybe 4 slots we can open up. I'm gonna fucking die mad at this Jace, but I'll let you keep it. Hermetic Study and Psionic Gift allow me to turn Vizier of Tumbling Sands into a Quiet Kid. But like, so does all of it. What? It actually, you only get to turn a Pheto Alchemist into the Quiet Kid, because Vizier you have to untap another target permanent. You can't pass the Blicky to Vizier of Tumbling Sands and then untap them with it. Commander Sphere is definitely not worth keeping. I think this is an artifact of like, oh, I'm in bracket 1, therefore I must play bad card. What is the literal worst card I can think of? Oh, here's a Commander Sphere. So Commander Sphere can probably also die. I think if we're talking about least giving the crab a gun sounded funny to me. Oh, hop in here, Starry. Hop in here. Sorry, Starry. I saw you in chat while the cat jumped up. Hop in here, Briar. Come here, lady. Yeah, good girl. Who's a good kitten? Good baby. Commander Sphere, I mean, it's not the worst card ever, but it's just not what we want to look for when we're trying to bring a deck up a bracket, whether we're bringing it from bracket 1 to bracket 2 or bracket 2 to bracket 3 or bracket 3 to bracket 4. You want to go to each category and look at who are my lowest performers in the category.
He's a good baby, bro.
I'll show you the kitten when we finish the deck. You guys will get kitty time in between this deck and the next one. So anyway, back to each category, lowest performers. Commander Sphere is for sure the lowest performer in the ramp category. Jace is the lowest performer in this category, but the category is probably what we need to add the most to. So tentatively, you can keep him. I genuinely think you have a funny opportunity to play Arcanus the Omnipotent. Very few decks do. Very, very few deck Cave Smasher. You have a limited time opportunity to be one of the 8 people in the world casting Arcanus the Omnipotent with a straight face at your next Commander game. And then I think in this category, you actually definitely need the dickhead control pieces. I think Arm with Aether is the weakest one because this is limited time event, right? This is as sorcery, I only get this until end of turn, versus our other stuff is I get this forever. Or I get this until you remove something, which is much more valuable to us. In this section, I think everything is tied for being the lowest performer, but they are all integral to the bit. And so I'm going to try to let you keep all of these. And then I don't think we can cut really many lands, if at all. So for all of those lowest performing stuff, the things we probably bring in is Dr. Ryan, thank you for the tier 1 sub, the 6th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. No, we don't need worse Tims. I think to bring this to bracket 2, what you need is the boring vegetables. Like, I think we want to keep the best parts of the gimmick, and then we want to play the snoozer cards that are going to let you draw your gimmick cards in a reasonable period of time. I think the funniest inclusions you can argue for is probably going to be Go-Go. Let me look at... Yeah, because Go-Go will operate as a mana dump. So if you have one... I believe this will work. If you have Willbreaker or one enchanted Tim, if you have one of your dickhead control pieces and you have like one enchanted guy, Go-Go will become a mana dump to spread their pings as far and wide as possible. So he'll be another like pseudo untapper you can pay into. But the other like broadly good supporting cards that we want to have in it are like Stock Up, Consult the Star Charts. I'm trying to think if we... No, I think having a pinger in the command zone, having this pinger in the command zone is actually the right vibe. What are some other... I'm trying desperately to fight against memories returning. We probably have to bring in some type of interaction. against my better judgment, you're going to have to you are going to have to remove something. I don't think we necessarily need to windfall because we do kind of want to vomit our hand out. Mauled, which card between Stock Up and Consult the Star Charts is better? Depends on your land count, quite frankly. You could dig through time. I'm not confident that we're going to be delving that deep. I think Drawn from Dreams could happen, but we need like ooh, hold on. I'm gonna sound really dumb when I tell you to do this, but I'm gonna genuinely recommend you test out Merfolk Looter, because this is not going to interrupt your curve very much. And if a bunch of your deck is meant to tap or untap, this will give you a different way to use those untappers if you don't have a good place to put the damage, and will help you just sort through the deck a little bit faster, which I think is genuinely pretty important for you. Because we can't just play anything, right? We need all the stuff to come down in the right order. We need one of these pingers to come down, and then we need a dickhead control piece to come down, and then we need an untapper to come down. And so I kind of like... Ah! Thank you, kitten. I don't think this would make more sense, because then I would have a fucking planeswalker. No, this isn't... what the fuck is wrong with you people? This is not better. This is not better because he becomes a planeswalker and stops being a looter. We don't magically no longer need to draw cards once we have 5 or more cards in our graveyard. If this was a May, I would say yes, baby Jace all the way. Hell yeah, upside later on. But because it's not a May, this just says, okay, after I loot 3 times, I can't use this motherfucker as a looter anymore. Now he has to become a planeswalker. Now he has to go off to college and get bullied by all the football players. I don't want that. This is what you want to replace Jace with? I do not... I think if you make these changes and it works at bracket 2 and you're like, God, I need a stupid fucking freak card. I need to bring my freak quotient back up. You put this in. It is better than Jace 6. It is for sure. It is strictly an improvement over 6 mana Jace. God, that's fun. This is draw a card and untap all my creatures every turn. You can't fight against that, Cave Smasher. You can't fight the truth. You can't fight the second sun, bro. Oh yeah, and it'll untap your lands. Low key, actually, Heat. Heat. It's hard to be worse than 6 mana Jace. Oh my god, and it undoes the exert drawback. This is actually so hot. This is actually so hot. Sanguine Werewolf, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome back to the dog home. Yeah, during your next untap phase. So the exert will get eaten in second sun's untap phase, and then at the beginning of your next turn you actually get it. Okay, so those are going to be the end of my recommendations. We have spent a very long time on this deck. I do love it very much. This is such beautiful dickheadery. If you ever play this at bracket 1, I am not affiliated with you. We have gone over the reasons why. I do love the deck. I think it can have a home at bracket 2, and I think there is a like Psychic Venom focused version of the deck that will work at bracket 1. If you bring this Quiet Kid ass deck to bracket 1, I don't know you. I just need us all to be clear on that. I do not know you. We have never spoken. But thank you so much for submitting. This is so glorious. I kind of want to play this now. I kind of want to play this. This actually sounds like the first fun bracket 2 deck I've seen in like months. I might. Yeah, you might be getting plagiarized, dog. I think you deserve. I think you've earned it. I think you've earned it. This is fucked up and ridiculous, and I think with the changes and the death of 6-mana Jace, this is peak. I like this one a lot. Yeah, this is hot. Thank you very much for sharing. We're gonna go to the manual ad break, and then we're pulling the next marble. I am going to copy paste this deck. I will put the original in here. There's gonna be a YouTube video about it. I will take my own shot at this deck as well. Thank you, Cave Smasher. This was gloriously stupid. We'll be right back, everybody. Okay. My Puff, we're going to be opening up a game in licensed. I have not roasted a Shilgengar deck, I don't think. There might have been one. And I think the problem was like, wow, this is really bad. I have not done an Emery. I now have a fear response towards hearing no. Ah. Sweet little. I'm changing pants, everybody. I'll be right back again. Jump on me. I have the long pants on. Hey Maul, does your free monthly roast planned or just whenever you feel like it? So they typically happen the first weekend of every month. I'm going to spoil something for you guys. If I can get my stream timeline under control, we are going to begin doing 1 to 2 weekly. That is going to be my goal, is to at like random times through normal streams just be like, fuck it, let's do a marble free deck roast. I think that would be more engaging than just having the 1 day a month that it could happen. But the main problem with that is I have to spend less than an hour on every deck that I do. I think that's frankly the like, because right now what's happening is in the timeline of my daily work, doing a stream where it takes me an hour a deck and we do like 4 to 6 decks and then I finish stream, my jaw and my brain is so tired that it takes everything left in me to try to come up with a funny Commander roast short, and then I'm like cooked for the day. And that is and quite frankly, I am incredibly grateful with how popular this currently is. It is not popular enough for me to accept treading water. So I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get funnier at it. But I need to stop. It is not sustainable for this to be the like only thing I put my energy into during the day. Aegis Athene, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Welcome back to the dog pile. Hello, Dogman. I was polishing my crystal ball and it reminded me to hop on stream. How are you? I'm worse now. Hyperdrive Hydra, thank you for the Twitch follow. Rad Girl, we're probably gonna set like I'm probably gonna start setting like a 30-minute timer. Wait, thank you. He's a baby. Oh, I promised you all cat time. Hold on. Look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. Briar? No. Briar, Vogue. Briar, I need you to Vogue. Who's my good girl? Who's my princess? Ah! Kitty. Sweet kitty. Sweet baby. Average kitten interaction. Who's your little baby? Zerth Roshack, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Welcome to Dog Heaven. Alright, let's mix it up. Let's hit the kitchen, mix a batch. And by mix a batch, I mean throw a ball into a long tube. I never started streaming on TikTok. God damn it. I straight up can't really understand why people keep cats when they literally just hurt you for like the first few months, because they're so fucking cute. Because they're so goddamn cute. Alright. Raffle's now live. So everybody, I would try typing in !play at least one extra time in case it didn't catch you on the first go around. Yeah, come on. Come on, baby. Yeah, oh, good jump. Good jump. Because also, like, the first time this kitten fell asleep in my lap, I was like, yeah, you can scratch me. Yeah, you can scratch me as much as you want, dog. Do whatever. Yeah, who's a baby kitty? Who's a baby kitty? You can scratch me as much as you want, dog. Okay, but she's a cat, not a dog. They don't know though. Why don't one of them's coiling up looking at a monitor. They're looking at the raffle. They don't like I could call them puppies. Who's a good puppy? See, they don't. Laws are fake, dude. Laws are fucking fake. Check this shit out. Who's a good puppy? Who's a very sweet puppy? You are. Oh, who's a good puppy? Yeah. No understanding. No understanding. Can you teach cats to sit and stay? I can't. Z can. Z's very, very good at training animals, case in point. But Z is training them. Z is trying to teach them sit and paw, so that they are well behaved when we take them to the vet. But I don't have the willpower to train them, no. Z's there with a little like clicker to give them a sound cue and treats, and I'm just like, yeah, you do whatever. I love lying. I love saying things that aren't true, Maldhound. Okay, 2-minute timer starting here. My ball will win it. I will win. I will show Mauled my cool Elden Ring deck that is not very good. I believe. How do you feel about banning all lands? I'm extremely pro __. Lulu, thank you for the 10 real super chat. Sup, Mauled, late for stream. My dad got discharged from the hospital. He's fine. Lost a chance to buy a roast. Have you changed how they're being distributed? Yes, they have been moved to being sold weekly. So we are currently doing the free roast raffle stream on Twitch, and they are being moved to being sold weekly rather than monthly. So you have another opportunity next Sunday. You will have an opportunity every single Sunday. My ball will win. It will win. I will show Mauled my cool JJK deck that is not very good, I believe. Oh, hell yeah, Buzzy Butts. Thank you so much. Oh, did you do an Emery deck Lurker of the Lock? I think it was scheduled for the 26th. If you were scheduled and weren't here, we probably didn't do your deck in lieu of rescheduling it for a different time. Let me go look. I don't have your Twitch handle on the Ko-Fi list. Is there a different name? Is there a different name that it would have been on, or it would have been under? Okay, and we're off. We have 154 entrants for this free deck roast. Out in front, we have Error, Husband and Wife Stream, The Life of Shade, Plebeian Noob. Oh, you're cooked. You're so cooked. I'm so sorry to tell you, brother. You're fucked. It's Angwar Ace out in front. A lot of people are dying. Terrence is out. Noob is out. Goth Girl Fart Huffer is out. Anytime I see Goth Girl Fart Huffer's name, I always think your name is Goth Girl Fluffer, and I pause for a moment and go, no, it can't be that inappropriate. And then I read the whole thing and I'm like, oh, it is, just in a different way. Oh, goodbye, Angwar. Hell yeah, Boberation. I believe in you. Maybe under Christian. Yes, we can check that. I love being worse. All right, Boberation, still going slow and steady, going the wrong way, but that does not appear to stop them, much like any white man trying to make it in middle management. Oh, now they're getting past. All right, it's Unseen Door, Zyra Burke, and Danny Ugg. Oh, Unseen Door is going very quickly now. I do want to note, you can come into the last bit with too much speed. If you come in too quickly to the down ramp, you do just fly way past the finish line. Like this. Like that. Like right there. Like right there. You can just fucking biff it. Oh, you can just biff it Seattle Seahawks style. Nice, Voice of Madness. Good try. Good try. All right. Third try's the charm. Also coming in suspiciously quickly. Okay, they slowed down. Is the furry really gonna take it? Nope. They're fucked. Is the scaly really gonna take it? Or Jomi's fucked. Xavier's fucked. No way. No way. God damn it. Resident Scaly. Starry-eyed Nightwing. walks it in after like 7 of you. After 7 of you kill yourselves right on the finish line. Count 31st. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back. Welcome to the dog home for the first time. Insane. So many dead. So many dead. Hey, Count, actually, while I have you here, if you're a podcast listener, any podcast listeners in chat, how, scale of 1 to 10, how open would you be to talks about things that aren't magic? One, 8, depends on what. Pretty open. That's not a number. 8. 8. I see we're all copying Bug on the Rug. 9, 6, 7, 9, 7, 3. Higher if it's a short. 6, 5, 7.9, 7, 6. Depends on the subject. 10 would be most open. Eight 8.5, 8, 7, 8, 3. Okay. I mean, obviously, yes. Quips, who let you in here? Who let you in here? Okay, so Star is the winner. I'll think about it. Obviously, we're not going to talk about, like, random bullshit regardless. But I also really don't want that podcast to become, like, oh, hey, what if we, this week's episode, 10 most underrated green removal spells. Like, if that's ever an episode of the podcast, I am going to lay on the floor crying. And so I'm trying to think of like other things that I could talk about that, because like the good podcast episodes come out of stuff we actually want to talk about. At least is my feeling. White Bread, thank you for gifting a sub to Quips and Guac. I appreciate you helping out the less fortunate. Welcome back to Dog Heaven. Hi there, welcome to Good Time Boys. Today we're talking about the recent wave of local elections in Poland. What's up with that law and justice swing? I will say we would not talk about politics. I have ideas for political magic content that I want to do on my channel. You died, Draconic. The Calamity, thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. That is incredibly generous. Thank you so much. So we would not be doing political episodes on the podcast because Veggie and Nerd Girl need to eat. And when you do political content, the amount you get paid on political stuff is way less than other content, unless you are Tim Pool and you let Russia pay you off. Unless your political content is subsidized by a shadowy political party, you get paid less for doing political content. I'm going to do my own version of, and we've talked about this on the previous stream, I'm going to be trying to do my own version of like The Daily Show, where I cover politics mixed with like magic jokes. But we'll see how well I do that, and that's going to be a solo venture. For the podcast, like one thing I'm thinking about that I want to yap about is actually the use of AI and where winds meet, because that's been on my brain. That's been on my brain ever since we talked about it. Because my understanding of how it's currently used is they have LLMs on like unimportant filler NPCs, like the types of NPCs that typically don't get backstories to begin with, And if you asked me like 10 years ago, before people were trying to use AI to destroy our environment and push crypto scams, I would have been like, oh yeah, that is the exact use case for AI in video games, is to have these like one-off garbage NPCs who would have had no dialogue or one line of dialogue, and allow them to be little like chatbots. Oh, they're using it with quest givers. That does irk me more. But I think the point remains that there is a thing to talk about there. I feel like, because I feel like a stance of any AI period in games is bad, I feel like is essentially hypocritical to some degree, because we have long accepted games that use procedural generation to do so. Anyway, so it would be stuff like that, where it's other stuff on my mind that is related to things that are happening in front of me, and most of the stuff that's happening in front of me is like video games and science shit. Asta Yeem, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Mald, can you report my ball for running it down? Also, your new place looks sick. Yes, I will. It's going to look like you got banned. That's just a natural part of our report function, so just hang in tight for me, okay? Just hang on tight. As someone in this industry, I think there are still pretty clear lines to be drawn. And I would be interested on those perspectives, because I think there should be. I am very anti-generative AI, but I'm finding myself wondering more and more about where those lines do get drawn. Gareth, if you submitted your deck... Oh, Christian. Okay, we do have you. I doubt we can do you today because we're trying to do the free stream today. Are you free any days this coming week, or does it have to be today? I mean, Gen AI is 100% stealing in all of the ways, right? Like if you use an AI to craft an art asset, or to even to write a character's backstory, that is 100% stealing. Procedural generation and generative AI are very different in the scope of an environmental impact. Okay, then that is something I will research on my own. I think it would be cooler to train an AI on the lore and world. That way NPCs only have access to game lore and game-owned IP. Quips, if you come in here and you say right shit, it's going to be really hard for me to keep up our beef, so I'm going to need you to say some right-wing grifter shit really quickly. Tuesdays, Fridays, and weekends. Okay. Would you be happy with going at noon this Tuesday? Noon PST. I used to write and publish weekly. Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much for your flexibility. We'll see you at noon on Tuesday. The real problem with Gen AI is not IP law, but the potential for misinformation and scamming. Photographic evidence is pretty quickly becoming useless. I think calling any one thing the real issue is a problem when it comes to generative AI, because there's so many real problems. Right? There's not one like, oh, this is the real issue, because there's so much stuff that's so bad. There's the environmental impact, there is IP law, there's the potential for misinformation, there There is the continuing erosion of our education system as we begin, and this is tied in with misinformation. So this is like a secondary point under misinformation, but people using it as a search engine. That's horrifying. Like AI will just quote you fake studies. Oh, hold on. Kaiser's here with an actual podcast topic. God bless you, Kaiser. Maybe you could do some dumb stuff, like talk about my favorite character trope, but rank them on the basis of how likely they are to steal your car or something. I could try to spice that up. I say that because I watched your old video on ranking planeswalkers on how likely they are to let you borrow their car, and that was so funny to me. I've been thinking about that video recently. Grok, is this true, is the most depressing sentence I've seen in a while. Yeah, that'll break you. That'll break you for sure. Computers shouldn't be able to hallucinate. That's reserved for me and the homies, not something marketed as facts and stats. That's crazy. Character trope talk is literally just overly sarcastic productions thing. I think it's literally most of the internet's thing, right? All right, thank you, Starried. Like we can't pretend that one person has a monopoly on talking about character tropes. That would be like me pretending I'm the only person who gets to talk funny. That would be like me saying, "Oh, talking funny about commanders is my thing." It would be like quips going, "Talking funny about decks is my thing." Not in the sense of it's the thing we do, but in the sense of we're the only one who gets to do it. IMO, one of the most terrifying things is that we are already seeing people who rely on AI go through neurological pathway degeneration that took years to discover with lead paint. That's crazy. Can you link that in Dear Malltown, please? I would love to vamp about that. Mauled and I are merging Netflix and Warner Bros. Style. No, we're not. You just want to be taller, bro. You can't get that by kissing me. We've talked about it. All right. Moving on. Deck roast time. Your pain heals me from Starry-Eyed Nightwing, our local scaly. Step 1, I shoot you. Step 2, it heals me. Step 3, profit. We are using Fire Song and Sunspeaker. So our instants and sorceries get lifelink. Whenever a white instant or sorcery makes you gain life, Fire Song and Sunspeaker deals 3 damage to a creature or player. Okay. This is hot. I've seen some decks try to get made around this guy like 3 to 4 years ago, and they were dog shit. And I think you have a lot more tools for it now. So I'm excited to see this. You are a fucking failure. You are a resolute fuck up. My God. In your ramp section, you showed me what you thought this would rage bait me, and you thought I wouldn't look at anything fucking else in here. I kind of like this actually. I kind of like this one actually. Gift of Estates is fine. Terramancer's fine. Absolutely the fuck not. No. No. No, the only crime being committed is you think this will cover your 6-mana commander in Boros. We don't need Descent. Clinging to my Minotaur for dear life. Yeah, we can't. This guy can't die. For sure not. For sure not. Get shot. Get shot, nerd. Oh my God. I really hope you say this every time you cast one of these spells. Little quips, for lack of a better username, little quips like that genuinely pull a deck together. Like, this could have been the most boring control deck you've ever come up with, but me imagining you going like, what's up, dickhead? Get shot on. I'm gonna have to get that later. That was my credit card. Okay, so we have Bolt Wave. So this heals us 9. 3 to any. Fucking terrible. Okay, you are losing me with how bad some of these cards are. Alright, War Leader's Helix. Hell yeah, go off. Hell yeah, Lightning Helix, but 1 more mana for no reason? Fucking excellent. Gimme. What is the enchantment? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Alright, what is the enchantment we're looking for? I don't get a board, why should you? Under destroy target enchantment? Nani the fuck? What do you mean? I don't get a board. I don't get a board. Why should you? Ristic Study players cower in fear. Everybody else, you're good. Everybody else, you're fine. I'm the health. So disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I'm the healthiest man alive. Alright, so we have 3 ways to win. This is tutorable with our idyllic tutor. It's just another fire song. Just medicine. Kaboom. Okay, I like these. This is actually what I was looking forward to the most, because I was like, if we want to do some type of I'm gonna give stuff lifelink, why am I wasting my fucking time gaining 4? I can do that with like fuck Lightning Bolt. Where's I've power crept Lightning Bolt. Now Lightning Bolt cantrips. My god. So I like these. Oh yeah, each creature. Give it to me. Put it in my body. Okay. Magus of the Wheel. Don't tell me this is card draw. I know you're getting into content creation, Starry-Eyed. You don't need to be this much of a rage baiter. You can tone it down a little bit. Absolutely fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Ty Joaquin. Yeah, I'm sure. Me when I play against my friend Tony, who runs a commander deck based entirely around things that have toughness 2 and 3. Then I get to draw cards. I mean, it's functional draw, but we're also doing... So we're spending 4 mana for 1 card. Oh, no, you draw a card and enters. Okay, that helps it a lot, actually. So it's 2 mana for 1 card, 4 for 2, 6 for 3, 8 for 4. What I dislike is the thought of laying down... Eye of Vecna and then taxing myself on all the turns that I want to be ramping into my commander. That's what bothers me the most. Is like turns 2, 3, and 4, I likely want to be playing setup guys, or I want to be playing mana rocks to get to my commander. And so taxing myself mostly just to hit land drops feels underwhelming. Sure, pie in the sky, who fucking cares? I know white has better card draw than this. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. You could be doing so much better than this, and you're choosing to be like this. Sure. Schadenfreude. All right, so we have just more random. What if I fucked you and gained a little bit of life for it? This looks like bracket 2. This looks like pretty solid. Hey, if you don't have a really coherent strategy to kill me in the first couple turns, this is bracket 2, but my hand is constantly in your mouth. It's bracket 2, but I'm up your ass Kermit style, killing all your creatures. Wow, tremendous, beautiful opening hand. Hell yeah. I bolt the first fucking mana dork that touches down. I wait. I wait. I wait. Somebody tries to get an attack trigger on me. I kill them. I gain like 4 life. I wait. I play this. I flip off the table. Hell yeah, stuck the landing. Stuck the fucking landing. We did it. Land drop. Oh, sorry. Gain 1 life. Aether Flux. Come at me, bitch. Come at me, dumbass. Loser. Idiot child. Beautiful. And then Felwar Stone. Gain 1. I could do, what, 4 into this? I would gain 8. I would gain 10 total. And pathed. I mean, Spellbreaker, that's also assuming that we're above 40, which I think is a little bit unlikely. Hell yeah. Church. Church. I'm partial to what Eric Baum. I mean, Spellbreaker, I would estimate in a real game of Magic that we are at like 20 life. If I was playing real Magic and I put out no fucking blockers for 6 turns, I would estimate that I am in the 20s and not the 30s. I've played Magic games where I put out blockers and I am still down to the 20s by this level of turns. Like, unless the table is like bracket 1 ignoring us, we do not have the life to convert to just a raw Aetherflux win. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dipshit control, eat your heart out. I play a Scryland. I play a Surveil land. Fuck this. I continue to do nothing. I shoot. This will deal no damage. This is in our graveyard. I do nothing. I do nothing. Me, when my amulet is primal, at this point, I will lay out the first board wipe of the game. I lay out my commander. Now I hit you with dickhead board control. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. And then if still anything is alive, chain reaction. And then I am well and truly gassed out, but I probably have a shitload of life gain. Okay. I think there is potential here. I think very little of that potential is contained within Lightning Helix. I think most of that potential is in... What's this fucking card? I think most of that potential is in Call Forth the Tempest. For me, if I see, okay, my commander's 6 mana, and my deck does not work until the commander comes down, most of what matters for me is getting to relatively high mana values. So at that point, I would just have a deeply irresponsible curve. At that point, I'm going to Claire's. I'm getting the fucking $5 rhinestone. I am gluing this shit to my forehead, and I am going to town. And what that will allow you to do is we can have way more cards that are like, okay, I'm not going to have a really aggressive early game, but I'm going to have more of these cards that are just like, did you let me untap with my commander? I'm going to gain 40 life. Yeah, I would do a lot of ramp and then be a fucking maniac. Like, if we're not going to be taking game actions in the early turns anyway, I don't think we bother doing a lot of control. I think you can keep some of these, but I think too much of the early game is like, we're just spending too long chewing on people's toes. When we could do Call Forth the Tempest. Ensnared by the Mara does become much funnier when this has lifelink. Yeah, I think the ones that are double dipping you on heal and damage, yeah, Bolt Wave is relatively high value. So there's Ensnared by the Mara, there is Prisoner's Dilemma, there is Mob Verdict, and these are like more, hey, we're going to deal a lot of damage. I also like, this is a real heater in my VV deck, Volcanic Vision. This lets you get an instant or sorcery back to hand, and then you will one-sided board wipe for that card's mana value. So you are going to gain 1,000,000 life because you have one-sided board wiped. You are not going to have to lose any of your creatures, and you are going to get to reuse one of your very, very funny spells. And this curves with your commander, right? Like if we spent all of our early game ramping, and I would say the goal is we're going to get our commander down. Turn 4 would be nice. Turn 5 is like, has to happen. If you hit your next land drop, you just get to do this. And so if you've maybe played, like maybe you had to Blasphemous Act turn 4, play your commander, you have the option of redoing it turn 6. You probably wouldn't have to at that point, but the point is you could. And this will also let you, because a lot of our card draw is like wheeling, if we have to give up early any of our really fun spells in order to just like get lands or get our ramp, then we can also have things like Cathartic Reunion to save an early game hand. And do I fix for more instant / sorcery draw over permanent based stuff like I aimed for? I don't think your draw is actually like all that bad. The ones I would probably, let's see. I don't think I would believe as much in Dawn of Hope because we're probably going to stop with the like ankle bite. I think Ty Joaquin's fun. I think there's a whole different deck for Ty Joaquin. Like I think Ty Joaquin and your copies of like Lightning Bolt, Magma Spray, and Shock need to go fuck off and make out in a closet somewhere, and you get like a whole second deck that is just mid-range hell. So City Boy is bringing up a good point. I genuinely think expecting to untap with Firesong and Sunspeaker anywhere north of the depths of bracket 2 is unlikely. They'll have killed you, or they'll save 2 spells to remove him and turn your deck into mush. This is also why I'm recommending we ramp into this shit, because these are still good cards without our commander out. Like, Call Forth the Tempest with our commander out is devastatingly good. Without our commander out, it is still a big, brazen, powerful spell. And so if we spend 3 to 4 turns ramping, and like we're open, so we're going to lose life. People are going to be attacking us because they're like, oh, we know for a fact this motherfucker's going to play Firesong and Sunspeaker, and they're going to gain a shitload of life, and then they're going to hit us with the Piss Laser. You get Firesong and Sunspeaker out. Either they remove it instantly, and then you board wipe them anyway, and you stabilize because you've board wiped them, Or they don't remove it, and then you gain 50 life and you shoot them in the head with a laser beam. It's win-win. Can't lose. The situation we lose is if we keep a hand of like 5 lands and we try to land drop to this commander while we have to like spend all of our interaction piecemeal to keep ourselves alive. I don't think we have End the Festivities. Or you get Screaming Nemesis, and that's also why we want things like Call Forth the Tempest, which are just going to, like, we want stuff that's just going to work good, even if our game plan is derailed. Even if Call Forth the Tempest does not gain us life, guess what? We're happy to cast it. Even if, like, if we go, if our turns are Ensnared by the Mara, I either get a bunch of value or I get a bunch of damage. Next turn, I Volcanic Vision. I get Ensnared by the Mara back. Oh. If Firesong and Sunspeaker are out, fucking amazing. If they're not out, or we've been hit with the Stigma Balls, doesn't the commander only deal damage off of white spells? No, it's red spells specifically. So we actually want red and not white ones. If white spells make you gain life, Firesong and Sunspeaker will spread damage that way. But the lifelink is only on red. So, regardless, we want stuff. We want stuff that is going to function whether or not we can actually gain the life, whether or not our commander is out, and then we want the ceiling with our commander to be sky high. And that is why I'm going to recommend the very normal curve out card. Look at it. Know it. Know it in your heart. Understand it. Hey, what's up, Ricky Rose? Welcome to the TikTok stream. Yes, Starry-Eyed. If they're dual spell, you get 2 distinct triggers. So this is the other type of like top-end nonsense. Let's talk about good cards I can trick you into playing. On our way to our commander. How about a boyfriend? How do you feel about men with weirdly big skulls? This one's not hyper-thematic. We have Chain Reaction already. This one's not hyper-thematic, but like, it's before your commander. It's going to get you access to more cards. It's going to get you access to blockers. It's going to get you access to treasure tokens. Like, very good, very solid card. One of the responsible ones. Okay, other good stuff for your ramp section. I like Warren Power Stone. I like Thrawn Dynamo. We only have 8 creatures, so we can't do like the Regalia or anything. We have a bounce land, that's good. We have the Lotus Field Trick, that's also good. I would probably recommend even the colorless bounce lands here too. It's just 2 of them, so it's not gonna fuck your curve up too much, but that's gonna be Guildless Commons. Hear me out, Reckless Endeavor. I'll hear you out. Oh yeah, we might have with 12 basic planes, we might have the planes density to do Karoo. So Guildless Commons, Arid Archway, we know them well. I am a little bit I'm a little bit weaselly about adding too many 7-mana spells. Now, it is quite good for this deck, but it's quite good for this deck once we've already gotten to commander mana. But it does let us recast our commander. Let me Ooh, this turn is rough. Oh, I was about to be so up on this card. But you may play those cards this turn. A little bit of a tough one. Heartflame Duelist, not sure. No, 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 no. We don't want this guy. I don't think we need more. I don't think we need even more lifelink redundancy. I think we want to be pretty straight on the plan of like, I am ramping, and then I am doing ridiculous dog shit. Perhaps I will have my commander out while that ridiculous dog shit is happening, but I am doing ridiculous dog shit. Yeah, Goth Girl, the exile is optional. My worry with Virtue of Courage is that most of the ways we are going to have to deal non-combat damage deal a shitload and require a fair amount of mana, especially in the direction I'm currently taking the deck. Virtue of Courage is actually a really good add for the deck right now, and it's not a great add for the deck that I am recommending. Because the deck that I am recommending is like, oh, I'm tapping out to deal 30 non-combat damage to the table. And so we just like knock half of our deck off the table and don't get to play with it. Kate Sith is a little bit funny. Oh, true. Nibelheim of Flame could do it. Do we like the amount of artifacts / enchantment hate or too much? I think it's probably too much. Let's see. I like Destroy All. I like, obviously, the ores better than just the focusing on ones. I would rather see, particularly for this deck, I would rather see, and I hate that I'm going to recommend just another like straight up and down good card to you. I would rather see Homegirl. She is a $1.69 for a very good reason. So you will get the modal version of this, and then you can also collude with another player to try to make sure you hit all your land drops. So I think she clears basically everything we're currently running. Yeah, we can scrap the super targeted ones. This is not going to do fucking anything for us. The card I'm thinking of is not red. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Brain blast. Ooh. 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 Hold on. Wait. Mega Flare. You are going to have to proxy this because this is a scene box specific card. But this is red Grasp of Fate. This is I pick one creature per player and I shoot them with my biggest thing. And if I don't have a biggest thing, I can pay a bunch of money and get a fucking 6/6. Yeah, I remembered. That's right, I'm fucking useful. What's up? Tell your parents. Hello, baby. I see Big Dragon, I'm in. Fuck yeah. Big Wild Wasteland fan. I'm not a big fan of it for this deck, mainly because I'm recommending so many irresponsible. We do want this to be bracket 2, right? We do want this to be irresponsible. Because I'm very much recommending a yeah, okay. I don't like Wild Wasteland as much because we have so many things that are going to be really mana hungry that we're just going to be like flipping them off the top of our deck and being like, oh man, now I don't get to play with you this game. Do we play Cursed Recording? Yes. Yes. No. Yeah. You do that. You play Cursed Recording and you hit him with a every time you tap it. No questions asked. This 20 damage you're taking, this is the most moral source of self-damage you will ever take. This is fucking awesome. It does not ramp us, but it will make our lightning bolts feel better to cast. It will make so many of our one-sided board wipes feel better to cast. Immediately, yes. Okay, so let me look if there are... Let me look if there are any other big Boros instants or sorceries that we're missing. And then I think this is in a very, very fun place. A very, very fun and silly and stupid style place. More than 5. Okay, hold on. Partial type matches. Okay, we got this. We talked about that. Talked about these. There's Torrent, which is a lower value version of this. No, we don't have enough creatures. We don't have enough creatures for this. What's funny is this is such a head-empty deck that it didn't warrant paying for a roast, and so the raffle roast was the only way to see it. I'm glad we have. Surge to Victory would be so fucking funny if we had a board state, but we do not. Calamity of Cinders is another one you could consider. Oh, wait. Yo, what? Hold on. First deck that can cast Season of the Bold? Let's just walk through this. The 3-palm mode. Until the end of your next turn, whenever you cast a spell, Season of the Bold. So the source is a red sorcery, which means it will have lifelink. Every spell will shoot something for 2. And it can ramp us. Or it can impulse draw us. It's not... I'm not saying it's great. But that might be, like, just playable enough. That's kind of freaky. It's a little bit antithetical to the, like, you know, big shitheads go burr strategy we're currently building towards. But I think there's potential here. This is not red. I don't care about Megaton's fate. Oh, this is another really fun one. I got to resolve this on an episode of Elder Dragon Hijinks. I've also gotten to resolve it in paper a few times. Never a letdown. Never a fucking letdown. You will probably begin killing darlings with all of the like 7+ mana shitheads I've recommended to you. But this is one of my favorite. So you pick every legal creature and player, and then you flip like 14 cards off the top of your deck, and you shoot for 10 billion. And then you get all of them until your next turn. Benson on TikTok is saying, your Hyperborea has me mildly perturbed. What is that? In Greek mythology, the Hyperboreans were a mythical people who lived in the far northern part of the known world. That would perturb me as well, Benson. I think Star of Extinction is too normal. It's too expected. I want something foolish. Okay, Ultimate Magic Meteor is pretty funny. This could also replace one of the things I've recommended earlier. Is there anything else that's like just super funny? This is cute. He's calling you ultra Caucasian? Fucked up. I don't think we need Mana Geyser. So we're basically fine killing Fire Song and a board wipe because it'll heal me for 60 plus the deck works without him. That's my current goal. My current goal is to get you to a place where most of your things don't board wipe Fire Song and Sunspeaker. Like, if you run Calamity of Cinders, you convoke Fire Song and Sunspeaker. If you do Call Forth the Tempest, doesn't hit creatures you control. If you do Volcanic Vision, doesn't hit creatures you control. I want 70% of these, maybe even 80%, to just not hit your board, period. And then I want us to have one or two where, okay, yeah, it'll hit Fire Song and Sunspeaker, but it will give us so much life that we don't care anymore. Oh, you're good, Star. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and then you just flavor it as like, oh, Fire Song and Sunspeaker smuggled C4 into the function via their intestines. What about creative technique? I think different deck. I think we're being as irresponsible as we can be, and all of the recommendations we've currently set forth are going to require a lot of careful tooling with bounce land count, with mana rock count, with land ramp count, etc., etc. But then I think you end up with a very, very funny bracket 2 deck. Yeah, we don't need this. That doesn't require you to play cop. Like right now, this is kind of, oh, I have to be Boros, but I'm really just a cop in a fursuit. That's where we're going to leave this one. I think it's pretty good. We got a little bit, even for me, we got a little bit caught up in the elf hatred. But I think you've done pretty well. I think you've done pretty well here. And I hope that these recommendations soup it up a little bit more. We're going back to the manual ad break and then pulling another marble. Oh, you kitties are so sweet. You guys, the kitties are spooning. Oh, they're so goddamn cute. Mauld, would you ever consider fostering a parrot? No. Not even kind of. Not even kind of sometimes. Who picked the league names for the cats, and why did you guys choose the characters you did? Z picked Briar because they play Briar, and I picked Nico because I play Nico. We're deeply interesting people, you see. We are deeply interesting and creative people, and we did not simply pick our current League of Legends mains. That is not what happened. And if you imply on the internet that that is what happened, I will sue you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay, Lulu, god damn it, my YouTube stream keeps, the YouTube tab keeps crashing. I can't believe my goat plays Nico. Z is my favorite parent now. Nico's funny as fuck. Here's the thing. Okay, Slight. You can, we can have a little discussion about this together while we're in the ad break. I play Nico and never camouflage. If I'm playing Nico and I turn into a minion, I turn into a minion in front of you, and then I stand in between my way, like, I stand in between your wave and you. I don't truck with the Nico players who try to trick people. I'm just out here grippers out, hucking bombs at you. Oh, the lead character who's in all the porn? Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Mauld, my cousin gifted me a Turgid without saying why. What does it mean? It means they want you to take the heat off them at family reunions. That's not what a true blue player would do. I argue I'm the truest blue player. I'm a blue player who is not bitch made. There's tens of us. I play Nico. I am uncamouflaged. I am standing in front of you, daring you to try to participate in the game. Nico's my favorite character. On a side note, what's League of Legends? Perfect, you're getting it. You're getting it. But Nico is just like a totally ridiculous champion. This is a fucking cheater champion. One game Nico got banned, and so I picked Bard, And I was like, yo, how the fuck am I supposed to play? I'm Nico with worse hitboxes. What the hell? Oh. Oh my jaw. So yeah, Z is a Briar spammer. I have incredibly deep pockets, but recently I've been playing support because listen, I'm too good at last hitting and I stress out my friends when we play. I'm a problem. For those of you who have not played League, last hitting is what it's called when you kill a minion and get the money. And good last hitting is like you get 8 to 10 a minute. My friends get 4 to 5 a minute. And I tease, if I'm playing a carry where I'm getting last hits, I tease them relentlessly about how broke they are. But if you play a support, which Nico is, you get very, very few. You get a couple, but it's really like you get almost none the whole game. And so I am no longer just up their ass about how poor they are the entire game. And so we all like it more. We all like it more with me as a support. You can run Nico mid. I think she's more popular as support now, but there was a phase where Nico was like primarily mid. Nico is not the new Lux support. Nico is like a crazy good engage support. Like you can catch people lacking with roots and stuff, but Nico's ultimate, like the big womp womp womp, she is a fucked up engage support. Worst lane and champions in League. The worst lane is top. I say that as somebody, hold on. So here is Jesus Christ. Can we Okay. If anybody you know plays League on this portion of the map, they are mentally unwell. It is by far the worst experience you can have in gaming. Like, I want you to imagine if you're a Magic player, imagine if the equivalent in Commander would be, imagine if there was one person who, at the beginning of the Commander game, opted into playing a 1v1 against mono blue control. That is what the top laners do when you sit down as a group to go play League of Legends. The problem with top is that you are really far away. A lot of the, like, one of the most meaningful objectives happens here. There are objectives that happen here, but they broadly get ignored in the early game for the most part for the objectives happening here. Like, a lot of the attention in the early game is around, like, this part of the map. And so for most of the game, you're really far away from where the action is happening, which means that if you're losing, you can't get any help. If you are losing the game, you just keep getting your ass beat for the entire fucking game. And if you're winning, you will leave top lane after 30 minutes and you will find that because of the crazy animal shit that has been happening down here, you aren't even strong enough to impact the rest of the game. And so you guys, you will have your little devil match, and then you will leave to mid lane, and then you will get fucking murdered. Because the AD carry, like the people in the bottom lane and the people in the middle lane, will generally be more powerful than you anyway. Now, you can carry from top lane. You can win a game by just like beating your lane opponent so badly and running away with it. It's just much harder than every other role. It is the and so they did a they're even doing an update. The beginning of the year update is giving top laners a ton of buffs to make up for the fact that they are the least impactful role. It's like them and AD carry. They're trying to make split pushing viable, Scribbles. So that should help. That should help all of the unwell top laners. I still think ADC buffs are cope from the whining ADC mains. Why are you crab bucketing right now, Dark? The ADC mains are the only people who know your pain. It's ADC mains and it's top laners who can't fucking do anything in this game right now. They are the two people who need the help. Yes, Ludix Avison. The new season is giving top laners have a higher max level than the rest of the game, and they get a free summoner spell. Tommy, and thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. They're also making changes to towers. They're also making changes to towers to make it easier to split push. Prater Rhino, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Okay, I have to go run and use the bathroom. I'm gonna laser beam 60 more seconds of ads, then we're doing another marble run. More ads because I'm not here. All right, raffle's up. Raffle is now up. I will be back in a sec. Where is your sister? Oh, she behind the computer. Yeah. Who's a baby? Who is a baby? PvP Pasha, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. I'm gonna start the... What the fuck? Oh, why did it start already? No. No. That's a false start. No. That's the wrong command. I doubt it. Maybe. I probably just hit something wrong. Yeah, false flag. Start on... re-enter. Yeah, anybody who had died in the first 10 seconds of that one, you have a last chance qualifier. Is it time to hop back on League? Yes, it is, Rose. I do want to make more League content. I have to get my schedule under control. I have to get my schedule under control so that when I finish doing like one stream and then one Commander roast, I am not cooked for the day, which is currently the situation I find myself in. I can't play League. I've become a different person, one who is evil. Fun, I've seen your decks. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's actually a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. I think it's more of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Jekyll situation. Or I guess Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde. Old head, I will say, League, incredibly toxic if you are not playing in a group. League is like Commander. It should only be played with at least three other people that you enjoy. You should play with 3 other people that you enjoy and then 1 random, and you should blame everything that goes wrong on the random. Yeah, it's a party game. It's like Mario Party. You just don't play it by yourself. Okay, now the 2-minute countdown is beginning. This is your last chance to enter the free deck roast raffle. Bruno, I'm talking about League.
Who's your baby? Who is your baby? You're so sweet.
Have you considered that blaming everything on the random is why League is toxic if you're not playing with friends? I have, but then my random dies and proves me right. So what about that? Like, I've thought about it. And also, our random keeps fucking things up. So how am I supposed to not blame them for that? Confirmation bias? I'm not biased, I'm based. Little Mixed Doom, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Last night I had a dream you were playing a Kirby game, and at some point you said, "This tree reminds me of Colossal Dreadmon." When I asked why in chat, a gun came out of your mouth and shot me through the screen. Don't leak the next update. How can I play League when I don't have 4 friends with compatible schedules? Genuinely don't. You're not missing out on that much. You are not missing out on enough to push yourself to play the game if you don't have the friends in place to make it good. That's what ARAMs are for? I don't get that. ARAMs make me angrier. Yeah, you cozy in my lap like a little bunny. ARAMs make me so angry. It's like, what if I had all of the frustrations of League of Legends and also I didn't even get to play the champion I wanted? Wow, what a fun time that would be. What a hoot. What a hoot I would have if I didn't even get the small sucker of being able to stare at my fucking character of choice's feet as they slapped across the rift. Insane. Alright, there goes Dr. McLawcat. We got a lot of people diddling around at the beginning. Nobody's really made it through yet. I think we just watched the Calamity die. What happens if Maldhound wins? I play World of Warcraft for 45 minutes and talk to you all about my opinions on modern politics. That's what happens if we go down to 30 viewers as I crack open World of Warcraft and talk to you all about the situation in America right now. The Lasagna Man is taking it in the lead. What class do you play? Right now I'm on a Shaman. We have a hardcore classic. Me, Z, and Beard Princess have a hardcore classic run that we're actually going to be streaming soon. Oh shit, Lasagna Man's dead. It's Lucker now. Horde for sure. Oh, they are zooming. Oh, is that too fast? Oh, that's too fast. Goodbye, Lucker. Your anime cleavage almost had the right of it, but not today. Julius Rinsteel is not only on the board, they are first right now. Stutter's back. Alright, TikTok, it's been real, it's been good. It hasn't been really good. If you want to join in, head to Twitch. Bye! Alright, it's Voice of Madness out in the front. Oh, it might be Voice of Madness. It's looking like it. They make it. Bleep, I was in Nasus main for a long time. So I'm right there with you. Hi, baby girl. Hi, other baby girl. Okay, Madness, you are the victor. Oh, just immediately raw dogging the link into chat. I love you. Beautiful. Cooking up trauma. This is a bracket 3 deck of effects you shouldn't have, especially in multiples. A kicked Rite of Replication will probably cause the most hilarious situations consistently, and it is fun for me. I already hate you. I hate you so much. Okay, so it's ramp. Exile something. We can maybe get a food. But it's really just ETB, look at a land. What the hell does this do? On ETB, search your library, graveyard, and or outside the game for an instant or sorcery you own, put it in your hand. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may copy it. Oh god, we have the mathematically correct amount of mana dorks. A bunch of clones. And Uro. Oh, no. I don't... You are such a... There's no way we have anything resembling a plan. This is just random Simic bullshit go. Blightsteel Colossus? Are you fuck... Oh my, you... What is my man doing here? What is the Family Guy chicken doing in between the fucking Warhammer enemies? Wow, these are such bad arts. This is incredible. It is incredible how this is like some of these screenshot arts are good, but I swear to God, if you asked a Magic player in 2005 what they were most afraid of with Universes Beyond happening, they would have described this art to you. Hi, baby girl. Are you being rage baited? Papa's being rage baited. No, no, no. Cruel Tutor is fucking hilarious. This one gets a pass because it's so over the top. Like, this one's fucking so funny. This is the greatest Magic card ever made. This is goddamn ridiculous. Alright, so we have a bunch of random good cards, and then also Fecund Green Shell. I guess because our commander doesn't even have toughness greater than power. Bird, oh my lord. One mana ramp into nothing costs money anymore. This is how middle schoolers define a financial plan. You ask a fucking 9-year-old what their retirement's gonna be, they're gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go to school today, I'm gonna go to school tomorrow, and then I'm gonna become a famous YouTuber. And then I won't need money anymore. Hold on, do we have Ristic Study? No, amazing. What? No, is intuition. Okay. Okay. Scared me for a second. Okay, we have the goat clone spell. We have a fucking extra turn spell. We have doppelgang. And of course we have expropriate. This is just... There is nothing even resembling a plan here. What in the holy fuck is... What is happening at form? It's all the clones, okay? It's all the clones. Oh my god. Hell yeah, you're keeping this, dickhead. No, fuck you. Oh no, where's your dorks? Oh no. Oh no, is my deck not working? Oh no, because I prayed at the altar of greed every morning when I woke up? I'm checking 6, right? Do I even want to get to... Because I could ramp Bigly, but it barely matters. I'll just factor fiction. Alright. So I'm going to put Lumra and Consecrated Sphinx in different piles. I will say these are my piles. Chat, you tell me which one I get. Say left or right. The first one to get like 5 or 10 responses I'll pick. The left pile is Consecrated Sphinx and Meringue River Regent. The right pile is Lumra, Consult the Star Charts, and a Mana Dork. Okay, a lot of lefts. So we get the left. And I do this on somebody else's end step. And I would have... Let's see. Would I have the mana to... No, I would not have. Yeah, so I do this on somebody else's end step. Whatever. Next turn. I can't even fucking cast Consecrated Sphinx. Machine God's Effigy? I get to surveil 1. I guess Spark Double can stay on top. Fucking Ewit can go away. Plea for Power can go away. Bracket 3 and somehow we fucked it up. Bracket 3. Simic bullshit go. And we have somehow managed to not ramp into crazy shit 6 turns in. So now we go Con Sphinx, because we would be a fucking crazy person not to. Oh my god, and the effigy does die to Legend Rule. Holy shit. Alright, we get all these cards on other people's turns. So I go land. Starfield. Metamorph. Dies to Legend Rule, but I get double, check 6, put a land out. I have the distinct feeling this was supposed to be much more impressive. Why not warp Starfield? Because we probably want them out for all the other bullshit we're gonna do. We don't have another, like... We don't have another 2-mana spell we want to drop in that makes warping it particularly attractive. I'm just gonna pretend you don't have a maximum hand size, because I could barely fucking care. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I play Lotus Field with Starfield Vocalist out, and I double trigger Lotus Field. You fucking child. You fucking ass clown. I sack half my goddamn lands. Okay, get thee hence. Let's see if this one's any better. So we go turn 1. Sprawl. Actually, no. That's not... Yeah. Turn 1, Elves. Turn 2, land... Halfling Sprawl. Or no, we don't have to do that. I could do just Elves for Utopia Sprawl, choose blue, and then go Ignis to try to land ramp. 5, 6. Yeah, give me this island. Next turn, Halfling, Solemn. Ladies, no. I go get a land. This one's looking like it. This one's looking like I'll be able to... Oh my fucking god. Temple of the False God. The plan is greed, Thunder. The plan is... What if I put in like 15 ramp cards and every bullshit Simic card I had ever heard of, and I just hoped that it worked, and it's going to work. Okay, so we have 7 mana just here. We go 1 with the Multiverse. Then I free cast Vaultborn Tyrant. I free cast Expropriate. They get away with everything. Brother, I am killing you. It's turn 5. It's turn 5. Yeah, this is the mating call of Finn the Fangbearer players. You know what hurts me the most about this deck? You know what hurts me the most? We picked Ignis as the commander entirely to have the deck be named Cooking Up Trauma. And then I'm pretty sure the rest of this list was sourced from a heat map of like high salt score Simic cards. If I see this in the command zone, I'm wasting all my removal on you, but the commander doesn't matter. Like you can do this so easily, and the commander is so woefully He's just there. He's just there. He's just a guy. These are the decks that are... Isn't this fun? I'll get you, brother. I just mean Simic. Oh, yeah. What a fucking hand. 2 lands. Okay, MDFC. So 3 lands. And then a bunch of 4 and 6 mana spells. And one of them's fucking Urza. Which we don't even have artifacts to tap. We just like pay 5 hope. So why don't you even want this to be good? That's what hurts me the most. Is you're doing peanut butter and jelly without the crust cut off, and you're insisting that it's home cooked and so it's rustic. That's what's killing me. You've shown me. It's giving rustic uncrustable. Hey Mauld, what percentage of Simic commanders do you think could do this deck better? 50. 50 without question. We could get more granular, but then because there is a non-zero benefit to this guy being a turn 2 ramp spell. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 ways to ramp on turn 1. And so going turn 1, I play one of these. Turn 2, I play my commander and ramp and get to 4 mana for turn 3 is not nothing. Although the deck is... Actually, you have the better commander in your 99. I think strictly speaking, Uro is just doing what this guy does, but better. Because there's a ton of times we're tucking away stuff we want to see, and Uro wouldn't do that to us. And then we have Graveyard Hate just because we're bitches. God, I hate you. I hate that it's just gonna work too, and like nobody's gonna punish you the way you should be. Like this is why this man is the commander. You know what? This probably was an Emoti deck, and they were tired of being targeted, and they swapped it to Ignis to get away with their bullshit. Uro isn't guaranteed, though. If you have a reasonable fucking land count, he is. We don't even get to do this because Mistrise would not enter untapped. But let's just pretend. Like the fact that you are a greedy Simic player and you are running Solemn Simulacrum instead of Sky Shroud Claim in a deck that has Expropriate is cooking my brain in half. It is needles in my head, sir. That we're like, yeah, 10% of the deck is turn 1 ramp so that I can ramp as quickly as possible. Also, Wall-E is here, in the jaws of a fucking kaiju that's going to bounce your board. We're sleeping on Sky Shroud Claim. We're sleeping on... I honest to God forgot this existed. You know what? That makes sense. As a Simic player, obviously, if the chicken nuggets are not in fucking front of you, how would you know of their existence? How about this one? Did we forget about this one? Did we forget about fucking this one, Mr. All Basics? Oh my god. Opening hand, Agent of Treachery, Blightsteel. You know what? You're keeping it. You're keeping it, and we're seeing how long it takes to get to it. Why do you even have Lotus Field? You don't even have a way to benefit from this. You only have a way for this to non-bow you. What? You don't even have a Thespian. Oh, he has Lumra? That's... I'm gonna fucking vomit. I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna fucking vomit. Alright, so turn 3, we get this fucker out. We get this fucker out. Five mana, I plot this guy. Okay, turn 5. I drop Agent of Treachery with the extra mana for my plotted Outcaster. Great. I steal something. Oh, Selvala's Stampede. Alright, chat, while they're free, I'm taking the first 3 votes I see. Wild, free, wild. Alright. So that's reveal from the top till I hit creature twice. I get Timeless Witness. Good vote. I get Finned Horned Elves. Wild voters eating well. And then one unlucky dumbass. You are getting Blightsteel Colossus on turn 6. Legally, the first turn I can do it in this bracket 3 game we are playing together. Isn't that fucking great? Isn't that fucking amazing and awesome? Lucker 13. You are getting murdered by a Blightsteel Colossus on this day. Oh, he gets to vote too? Yeah, then I probably put the battle out and I go get Expropriate. Well, it's Blightsteel and bounce your blockers, or it's Blightsteel, I go get Expropriate into my hand, and then when I Expropriate, Blightsteel wins me the game. It just... I hate how easy it is, man. This is like you've come into the mechanic shop with like a Porsche and you're using peanut butter and jelly instead of engine oil, and I asked you what the fuck was up and you were like, the smell reminds me of childhood. And I was like, you're a maniac, and then you still drive faster than every other car. This is a poster child for why you need instant speed interaction in bracket 3. This is a poster child for why you don't let people do their thing. This is a poster child for why when people are like, it's so silly, you fucking hit them metaphorically. Strike them about the head and face metaphorically, because they're gonna do this to you. Immediately proven me wrong about the need to use efficient removal early. You have to kill every mana dork this motherfucker plays. God, turn 3 Ouroboros. Good luck, everybody. Good fucking luck. What if I just kind of did stuff, man? What if stuff just kind of happened at you? Then I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough for omniscience mana. I probably just copy Ouroboros. Right? I probably just copy fucking Ouroboros. And then this would have been 2. This one would have been 1. Ordering the triggers. I'm putting like 5 counters on everything all told. Everybody fucking hates me, but that's normal. I'm Jonathan, the Simic player. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 omniscience. Eat my ass. Omniscience, but all I have is a fucking group hug card. Omniscience, pretend I have something to do. Omniscience, pretend I have fucking anything to do. Oh, it's not a creature. Okay, never mind. Thank fuck. So why is Machine God's Effigy in this fucking deck? Thank you for the catch, Little McStoom. Because this is not a creature, so it will not have copies ETB of any creature. Right, but so much of our stuff... There's still other clones we have on the bench. Like, there's other clones we have on the bench that could still be creatures. It's 4-mana ramp, and he forgot about Skyshroud Claim, obviously. Thank you, Nick, for solving the actual riddle. 3-3 Elk, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream, my friend. Horde and Progenitor Mimic. I am not certain why the existence of a better clone justifies the existence of this bad clone that keeps non-bowing us. Fecund Greenshell is also flatly fucking ridiculous. This is absolute fucking rage bait, and I will hear nothing else about it. Yeah, Fairy Artisans is cute enough. Green Shell has Agent of Treachery synergy. Thank you, Electro Brains. I appreciate your input, Electro Brains. It's gonna look like you banned Electro Brains. Pay no attention to that, Electro Brains. How are we supposed to buff this? I mean, there's a million ways. Like, the way... I was so vindicated in today's stream because the deck had Brawn and Anger in it, and out of 5 playtests, I dead drew them 3 times. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, so there's a couple ways we could make this better. Green Shell for the right of replication to draw or ramp 30. God forbid you right of replication something good. God forbid, man. Right of replication is for winning, not value. Not when you're Simic. Not when you're a Simic player. All cards are for value. The only way you win is when the opponent can no longer decipher what's even on your board and they concede. Okay. So anyway, the ways to clean this up is we're obviously playing a lot of pretty bad clones. This is extreme copium. This is insane, unstoppable copium, and I'm sure that this is also, oh geez, oh god, oh howdy. But what if I kicked Rite of Replication onto this specific creature? I think, as always, I'm going to... This is my pet card. You just described to me a pet card. These can't both be your pet cards. What about this one? In your deck full of tutus? In your deck full of fucking... one power mana dorks? But either way, I think the way we would tighten it up is we have a lot of like normal-ish clones, and we could very easily replace the normal-ish clones with greedier stuff because the entire fucking deck is ridiculously greedy. Like, Coercive Portal is a fucking joke because very quickly people are just going to board wipe you out of spite. This is pure Simic hubris right here. This is pure belief. Why would they board wipe? We're all just getting that. What do you mean everybody voted for Carnage? What do you mean? Unless you're at a table of Simic players, in which case your biggest fear is probably running out of lotion and not anything anyone's actually doing in the Commander game. But so anyway, the stuff that is left on the table to make this more effective is stuff like Open the Way and Skyshroud Claim, things that will accelerate our ramp past the 3 mana level, and then just doing this. Like, we want to talk about gross value farming. You're in a deck full of ramp, and you are straight up settling. Yes, I said it. You are straight up settling for a fucking Phyrexian mana clone when you could have an extra guy every single turn. You could be prestiging this fuck-ass commander. You should be drowning this man in a water tank every fucking upkeep. Man needs to clone an Apex Altasaur and call it at that. Exactly. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You get it, Nick. There's Extravagant Replication. There is... I don't think your bitch ass ever actually goes to combat, and so I don't think you get... I don't think you get a significant amount of value from Imposter Syndrome. We have Doppelgang. Yeah, there's Followed Footsteps. Like, we're being just so B- greedy, and it's irking me. It's irking me. It's making me shifty. What about Aggressive Biomancy? This is okay. I guess up to 1 saves it a lot. I do like it the more I look at it. Because, like, Clever Impersonator is just straight up jokester shit. This is more screenshot rage bait. But if we went like, and also Urza's, this is pure, can I play the Steel Aura as an Extravagant Replication? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up and will actually do something. The fact that you're playing Urza, Lord High Artificer, just because you clean ran out of ideas, that's what's pissing me off the most. That's what's pissing me off the most. This man is not in here because we're evil. This man is in here because we do not have the attention span to look through Scryfall. I don't think we need mirror. Before mirror box, I would just run the Sakashima who breaks this. Because this is mirror box and we get a clone effect out of it instantly. He ran Urza because he needed 4 mana ramp and forgot about Sky Shroud Claim. I play Urza because people hate it, honestly. Yeah, real. So stuff I think that is not pulling... Hi, baby. Stuff I think that is at the low end of the effectiveness spectrum. Coercive Portal, Machine God's Effigy, Phantasmal Image, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Risen Reef, Clever Impersonator, Phyrexian Metamorph, Solemn Simulacrum, Lord of Change, Sail into the West, unless your pod is like complete idiots, complete fools, I'm saying. And then the rest of these are honestly fine and good and dandy and would make me rage endlessly if we played a Commander game together, and you would probably win that Commander game. Like, for all the shit I'm talking, the Ignis ramp plan kind of works. Like, it kind of does it. But what I would recommend is your greedier stuff should do more. Too much of your greedy stuff is, what if I just got this thing I already had one more time? That's way too normal. That's way too normal. If we're cloning, I want you getting a clone every single time. What else can we do? But I need better things to ramp into. Yeah, that's what I'm recommending to you. There is always the age-old Sphinx Ambassador. Right, we have fucking Blightsteel already. But I need better things to ramp into, said the man with Hullbreaker Horror, Vaultborn Tyrant, Blightsteel Colossus, and Agent of Treachery. He said, lyingly. Okay, what else could we get? Oh, fucking this guy. Wait a minute. Where the hell's my boy? Yeah, you have 37 creatures. Where's my boy? Right? This theoretically curves out the turn after your commander. Ooh, anti-causal vestige. This works better with... This is definitely better with Flicker than it is with cloning. So I'm not actually 100% sold on him. This is fine if we were doing more of a counters deck. But O'Hare Kaslam also 100% does the job for you. I don't think we need Coma. We definitely don't need Craterhoof. Okay, let me... Oh, what's this guy's name? He has backup 3. This guy. Here's another thing to ramp into. Backup 3, on attack, look at the top X of your library where X is the power of this. Flip a permanent with mana value X or less onto the fucking field. If you clone this thing, you can consistently stack the backups on the same creature, or you can spread them around and you can get like 4 fucking triggers. Like imagine Emergent Woodworm into Extravagant Replication. That's the level of greed I want for you. That's the level of greed Simic desires. What about Big Vorinclex? By Big Vorinclex, I hope you mean the cheapest Vorinclex that is a saga. If you wish to be dismissed summarily, from the commander table, you can play this one. I would recommend... Like, the Grand Evolution is probably the better one for playing and winning Magic games. This one is superior for rage baiting. Oh yeah, and I do think this is bracket 4 behavior, which this deck is not. Because you're fucking with people's lands. We could do Titan. If we cleaned up the ramp, if we fuck it, bro, just rule 0 the prime time. If we get the ramp a little bit cleaner, I think Bahamut would be much more fucked up. Mega Flare will get... The 5 mana one's great because I always have mana with nothing else to do. Then 5 mana one for sure. 5 mana one for sure. Never run out of land drops. Bahamut, another heater. Elder Scale Worm. This is so fucking stupid. What? On ETB, if your life total is less than 7, your life total becomes 7. If you have 7 or more life, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 7 makes it 7. So it's all 7 unless you get hit with a drain effect. I would be so mad. I don't think we actually care that much about this. I'm ashamed to say. Outside of a 6-7 joke, like, we shouldn't be that worried about like, once we are ramped, we really don't care that much about combat damage. Cavalier of Thorns is not a bad one. And then Eternal Witness and Timeless Witness actually have a fucking purpose in this deck. Because I think like 5 mana is a spot we might potentially gas out. So having Vorinclex, like 4 to 5 mana. So having like Vorinclex, Open the Way, Sky Shroud Claim, and Cavalier of Thorns to kind of keep the chains moving on those mid turns. And then we get a full graveyard to pull stuff back from. I kind of like that. We could Omen Path Journey. Is that 3 mana or 4 mana? 4 mana, but I get 5 of my lands. Verticore, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Summon Titan is Lotus Field synergy. What if something bad happened to you, Lime? This is a really greedy card, but yeah, if you got away with it, this would secure your ramp for the rest of the game. And then we can start flipping the like really funny shit. That's not very nice. It wouldn't be. I'm not saying something bad will happen to you. I'm just saying consider, perhaps more strongly than you currently are, how you would feel. Ooh, what do you think of mass manipulation? It's fine. Let me pitch to you instead. I think it is more helpful if you're... I think this card slot is better spent making sure that we can reliably get out Agent of Treachery and then like cast follow... Like I would rather do Agent of Treachery next turn, or really do Extravagant Replication next turn, Agent of Treachery, every turn, extra Agent of Treachery. Like, I would rather build the machine to work together better. Oh, Master of Predicaments is so funny. Voice, if you have any slots left in the deck after we look at this, Master of Predicaments got to be the funniest motherfucker ever. Especially for your deck. I am placing you inside a predicament. Do you think I'm casting a really expensive spell, or do you think I'm casting a ramp spell? Am I ramping, or am I casting unforgivable dog shit? You decide. You decide, bestie. So like this is when I say you've let me down, it's because this is what I want. I want this level of villainy. I don't want store-bought villainy. I want home-cooked predicaments. I want real down-to-earth. I want honey butter gaslighting out of you. So those are my recommendations. Is we cut those low performers. We get a couple slightly better ramp options. The best ones being Skyshroud Claim, Open the Way, Cavalier of Thorns. We have a couple options for big unstoppable shitheads like Vorinclex, who's also pseudo ramp, and Emergent Woodworm. And then we get greedier clones. We get Followed Footsteps. We get Extravagant Replication. If you feel confident about going to combat, get Imposter Syndrome. And that's how we fucking do it. You go to hell and you stay there, though. You go to hell and you stay there. I forgot Skyshroud Claim was a thing. You little freak. You enjoy your corner. Ramp, clones, question mark, profit. I think there's at least 5 more question marks in there. Professor Noken, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. And that, because I can feel my throat giving out, is going to be where we end it today. Thank you all for being here. Deck roasts are sold out for this week, but will go live again next Sunday. We are going to raid out for the day, and then I will put up a stream schedule later tonight. We will see if I'm live tomorrow or Tuesday, but it will be one of those 2 days. Whoever we raid, we're hitting them with the Bald Kai message that I've just pulled up. Copy paste that junk. Decked Out is live. We are going to drop the kids off as we watch Veggie Cuck Chair Draft with Nerd Girl and Airball. The roasts are on Wednesday and Sunday. Yes, Terrence. I think they will be for this foreseeable future unless I have scheduling issues, but we're just going to take it week by week. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please have a good night and remember to stay toxic. YouTube, that is just it for us, but I will see you tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm not sure.